Coach Hurricane here. You can follow me on Facebook at Henry Singleton or on Twitter at HenryHeyOU15.
Listen, this is your boy Fred. Listen, you can follow me on Facebook at Brandon Fred Jones, or you can follow me on Twitter at BFred Jones.
This is Jeremiah Gray, man, with GSportz. You can follow me on Facebook, Jeremiah Gray, A.K.A, and on Twitter, G_paid in full 08.
Pay me the money! money.
Well, what's up, everybody? This boy Coach Hurricane here. You can follow me on Facebook at Henry Singleton or on Twitter at HenryHeyOU15.
Listen, this is your boy Fred. Listen, you can follow me on Facebook at Brandon Fred Jones, or you can follow me on Twitter at BFred Jones.
This is Jeremiah Gray, man, with GSportz. You can follow me on Facebook, Jeremiah Gray, A.K.A, and on Twitter, G_paid in full 08.
Pay me the money! money.
Well, what's up, everybody? This boy Coach Hurricane here. You can follow me on Facebook at Henry Singleton or on Twitter at HenryHeyOU15.
Listen, this is your boy Fred. Listen, you can follow me on Facebook at Brandon Fred Jones, or you can follow me on Twitter at BFred Jones.
This is Jeremiah Gray, man, with GSportz. You can follow me on Facebook, Jeremiah Gray, A.K.A, and on Twitter, G_paid in full 08.
Pay me the money! money.
Well, what's up, everybody? This boy Coach Hurricane here. You can follow me on Facebook at Henry Singleton or on Twitter at HenryHeyOU15.
Listen, this is your boy Fred. Listen, you can follow me on Facebook at Brandon Fred Jones, or you can follow me on Twitter at BFred Jones.
This is Jeremiah Gray, man, with GSportz. You can follow me on Facebook, Jeremiah Gray, A.K.A, and on Twitter, G_paid in full 08.
We back at again. FanView, live, real, fan, talk, sports. Welcome everyone, FanView. Real, I'm back. Welcome everyone, FanView, Real Fans Talk Sports, New Orleans Talk Network. Listen, I'm your host Fred.
GSportz in the building.
In the building.
Coach Hurricane here, back again.
Back at it again, man. Listen, subscribe to the FanView Live page. If you're on Facebook, subscribe to the FanView Live page. If you're on YouTube, subscribe to our page on IG, FanView Live. If you're on Twitter, it's FanView NOLA. And I keep telling y'all each and every week, if you're trying to get the 411 on high school sports around the nation, what's going on in football, at basketball, you gotta subscribe to GSportz. I keep telling y'all each and every week where the plug is at. You dig?
They know.
They know.
They know who I am.
Oh, I gotta let them know. I got the audience know. They know. Listen, we got a lot to talk about in the world of sports. It's going down for the next 2 hours. You shouldn't be nowhere else. You should be right here. So we're gonna get ready to start this show off on and popping. We posted a poll question on our FanView Live page. You know what some of the fans want us to talk about this week. A lot to discuss. Running the NBA, running the NFL. My first question we're gonna ask is, because obviously as we were doing the show last week, the notice came with Westbrook getting traded to the Houston Rockets. Our man PJ Brown said, GSportz, have you recovered from the reunion of Westbrook and Harden?
I had 48 hours to recover. After the breaking news, Russell Westbrook getting traded to the Houston Rockets. I'm good now. You know, I still don't like it. I don't think that makes the Rockets a championship contender. I do think they're going to be very competitive. I think that they'll probably be a top 3, top 4 team in the West. You know, give the Lakers and the Clippers a run for their money, but I just don't see them getting past them in a 7-game series. Just don't see it happening. But you know, it's gonna be exciting to watch from a stardom standpoint, and they're gonna sell a lot of tickets. They probably sell out all their season tickets. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be must-see TV every time they come play on TV. I'm pretty sure the NBA and Adam Silver loves it because it's gonna boost the TV ratings. Yeah. Every time they play on the TV, I'm pretty sure they're gonna have a lot of premier games on ABC and ESPN. Yeah. So from that standpoint, from a fan standpoint, people that's like fans of the game, right, they love this. Right. You know, they gonna love seeing Westbrook and Harden team up and go for 35 plus a piece a night.
So you're back with the Rockets. You no longer a free agent.
No, I mean, you know, they always gonna have a special place in my heart. You know, I'm just being real, but I'm not gonna root for them. I mean, you know, I just don't see it. I just don't see it working. You know, They might prove me wrong. We'll see. But I don't think James Harden, who's the #1 player ranked in ball usage rate, and Russell Westbrook being #2 on the same team, unless they about to change the rules and add another ball and let you play with two balls.
More seconds on the shot clock, G.
I don't know what they're gonna do. I just don't see it happening, man. So you know, it is what it is. I come to grasp with it. Like I said, after 48 hours, I was able to come to terms with it and get back to myself.
You enjoyed your birthday? You had to come tell me around birthday time?
It happened right around my birthday, like right after midnight.
Right.
I was able to come to grasp with it. But it is what it is, man. Like I say, I think they're gonna be a top 4 team, maybe top 3 team in the West. I don't think they got a shot in hell of holding that Larry Brown trophy in the end.
My boy JJ said he was glad to see that you didn't jump off the GNO.
Right. Right. Me too.
I know you was close.
Hey, worst things have happened in my life. You know what I'm saying? Try missing your trip, your flight to the Bahamas. Try that.
You missed it?
Yes.
How?
It's a long story. And I ain't really happy about it. So, that kind of made me get over to Westbrook.
Listen, PJ Brown has another question. I think he's probably posing a question for all of us. Did Ben Simmons deserve the deal he signed? The 5-year deal, $170 million.
I think it was more of pay him. It was more of a rob people to pay Paul situation. He's a young star.
Yeah.
Give him. G alluded to it last week on the show. Pay him now to where the extension doesn't hurt you as much as you let him touch the open free market, and then that might be a $200+ million
agreement. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because he's in the East. He can mess around. He'll mess around, make the All-Star team.
Mm-hmm.
He might, because they're gonna put him at the pure point guard this year. He might mess around and make second team, third team, NBA, and was qualify him for a Supermax. Then you really stuck with 2 Supermax players on your team because Embiid gonna make it.
Right.
And with Tobias Harris now, you got guys locked up in the future. So I think it was more of a Rob Peter pay Paul.
I would say this: it's a potential deal. As Ben Simmons gets better, if he becomes a better shooter, I think he'll become a top tier player in this league. I mean top tier, I just mean top 25. Meaning that if he could become a good shooter in this NBA, it's a justifiable agreement for a young player. Because he's in the Eastern Conference, he could very well become the best point guard of that conference because there are not that many dominant point guards in that conference at the present moment. So being a 6'8" guard, over 200+ pounds, he can become the premier guy for that conference and for that position in the Eastern Conference. So right now, it justifies it means because, like I said, if he does become an All-NBA player in the next season or 2, you're eligible for $225, $50 million. So right now, $170 million is a hell of a bargain for a guy if he ranks first team or second team All-NBA 2 years straight. You're looking at $250+ million deal for a guy that is still developing, but probably isn't top 5 player. So right now, the Philadelphia 76ers got a bargain.
Especially since John Wall is not going to play this year. Well, he might return later on, so he'll take some of the status away from him, and you would have had to catch him off of that season.
Correct.
With all that going into the.
Correct.
Like I said last week, I understand why Elton Brand, who was doing a great job as the GM of the 76ers. I think he's making that franchise relevant again, like they used to be in the 80s, and when Iverson was there. I think you had to give him $170 million because here's why. If Ben Simmons turns out to be a stud, when I say stud, I mean superstar type player in his league, you got him under contract from with these 4 years they added to the 2 years he got left on his rookie deal. So you wouldn't have to worry about paying him again till 2024, 25?
Correct.
Yeah.
So if he turns out to reach his full potential, and the full potential is people think he can be the next Magic Johnson, the next LeBron James, somewhere in that move. Yeah. I personally think he's Lamar Odom.
Yeah. I get
Playing
that.
point guard.
I think he's Lamar Odom. I think Lamar Odom played point guard in college at Rhode Island, but when Lamar Odom got to the league, he played a little point here and there, but for the most part he was a point forward.
Right.
And Lamar Odom had a good career.
Right.
Won an NBA championship. Was a sixth man in the year, I think 2 or 3 times in his career.
Right.
That's Ben Simmons' ceilings to me in my mind. And for people that think that he's gonna be this superstar in the league, I don't see it. They thought Lamar Odom was gonna be a superstar too, which I did too. Didn't happen.
He was on the team with a lot of young studs when he first got to the Clippers.
Right.
Him, Corey Maggette, Darius Miles, Quentin Richardson. He was on the team with a lot of young studs.
A lot of games going on too.
But he actually, but he actually found his niche when he got with the Lakers.
Well, I think
Started coming off the bench.
when he got with the Heat.
Or when he was with the Heat. When he was with the Heat, that was a young team. Dwayne Wade was a rookie. But he only played the Heat 1 year.
Yeah,
Right.
the one, but,
You know what I'm saying? And that's the year they beat the Hornets.
Yeah.
With Baron Davis.
You seen it starting to turn because like you had him, then you had Caron Butler, who was a rookie too. And it was like boom, all three of them was playing off each other.
Right.
But like I said, when he got to the Lakers and embraced that 6-man role that Phil Jackson presented to him, he found that niche and he was a hell of a 6-man coming off that bench for the Lakers. That's what I think Ben Simmons' ceiling is. Lamar Odom. So $170 million. Guess what? If he pans out to be a superstar, you got a bargain.
You got a bargain.
You got a bargain. If he doesn't pan out to be what you thought he could be, now if you want to trade him, that contract isn't that hard to move.
Right.
Versus if you paid him $200+ million in 2 more years, which could end up happening if he turns into a superstar. Or if he makes multiple All-Stars games and first team or second team All-NBA, you know how they go.
Right.
So I think what Elton Brand did was phenomenal to do this. Now, on the flip side of that, I think they might have signed him to this contract right now with the mind of they might possibly trade him this year. Like after the All-Star break. I think they're gonna see how this roster gonna turn out throughout the All-Star break.
Yeah.
And if it's not looking the way Elton Brand wants it to look, because you paid Tobias Harris $180 million. Yeah. $180 million.
You get Al Horford $109 million.
You gave Al Horford that money, right?
You still gotta pay Embiid coming up.
And Embiid's on a $100 million contract.
Right.
So if it don't pan out, and I'm gonna tell you, Chris Broussard said something about this right after the Chris Paul trade to OKC. Do not be surprised if OKC is the trade partner for the 76ers. So you bring Ben Simmons to OKC for Chris Paul. Chris Paul would probably be a better fit for that Sixers team.
Yeah.
Young, inexperienced, still trying to learn how to win. Chris Paul might be a good player.
Bring a guy with leadership
into that system.
Yeah.
Now, Sam Preston, on the flip side of that, you rebuilding. Come on, Ben Simmons. Let's rebuild together.
Correct.
And now you got nothing but young people.
Young people.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Outside, you got
Exactly. And that contract is not that bad.
And it'll balance out numbers wise. For
So all that makes sense to me. And Ben Simmons, what the market says, he's worth $170 million. That's what the market says. Mm-hmm. But we know, he averaged 16, 8, and 7 this year. Solid numbers. Solid numbers. But goddamn, you ain't made a 3-pointer since you've been in the NBA. You haven't made a 3-pointer. You're 0 for 13 from behind the arc since you've been in the league. You shoot 60% from the free throw line this year. Last year you shot 56%. You're a professional. Can I say it again? Want to say it again? Want to break it up? Professional.
DC improved. The number went up.
You have to be able to knock down a 16 to 17 foot jump shot.
Yeah.
If you're making $170 million. I'm sorry. It's inexcusable. They got Al Horford. You got to hold him accountable. You got to hold Embiid accountable. Make sure he stay in playing shape. Mm-hmm. That's what they need to do. But like I say, Ben Simmons might turn this around. They say sources close to him that he's been working out harder than he's ever did since he's been in the league. So we'll see. We'll see. I know when they show little clips of him working out, he be knocking down the jump shot. If people go back to when he played at Mount Vernon, bro, I remember him coming here to the Lario Center for the Sugar Bowl Classic. Yeah. Dog, he was shooting 3-pointers from the timeline. Yeah. Like it wasn't nothing. He was knocking down 3-pointers. In high school, he was knocking down 3-pointers. So I don't know what has happened since high school to now, and even when he was at LSU, but I think it's more of a mental thing. Yes, he does need to work on his mechanics a little bit, but I think it's more mental than anything. You only attempted 13 3-pointers in your 2 seasons. Well, you've been there 3 seasons, but you only played in 2. In 2 seasons you played, you only attempted 13 3-pointers. That's terrible. You are a professional. You made an all-star team. You got to be able to knock down a 16, 17 foot jump shot. For the life of me, Rajon Rondo can shoot better than you right now. So, like I say, I think what Elton Brand did, signing to the $170 million contract was a good idea, because if he turns out to be a superstar, you got a bargain. If he doesn't turn out to be a superstar, you could trade him away, and that contract isn't that bad to get rid of.
Not bad. Now, we got another question. Joshua Show says, how are the Saints going to hand Mike Thomas, Supermax, almost fully guaranteed contract? I'm not trying to figure out exactly what you're trying to ask. Like, how are the Saints going to hand Mike Thomas a Supermax contract?
Probably how they going to handle it.
How they going to handle it?
Yeah, probably so.
And I'm more like, they got a cap problem. The Saints are, what they've done well over the past few years is going to be their detriment. They drafted well. And when you draft well, everyone's trying to figure out what can you keep. And I'm on this show. I'm big on it. I think Mike Thomas needs to be paid. I don't think he plays for $1.3 million this year, but we talk about that later on. But how they gonna handle it? He's up first. You gotta take care of business. Now, how they figure it out is up to them. But they got a cap trap situation. But their problem is that they drafted so well. You got guys like Alvin Kamara. You got guys like Marshawn Lattimore, Marcus Williams. They're gonna have certain guys that's also coming right behind Mike Thomas. They're trying to figure out, overall, who is gonna be. And on top of that, you gotta think about the fact that the NFL level, the most important position is quarterback. So you're also setting some money aside to understand that even if your guy's not Drew Brees, what the market says a starting quarterback gets paid. So you gotta figure out, okay, if I'm paying these guys this, then what am I going to do over here? Because an average starting quarterback's making what, about $25 million? I
mean, Teddy Bridgewater getting paid $13 million guaranteed this year. So
1 year deal, so he'll be a free agent next year.
So, I'm of the mind of thinking that Drew Brees is going to call it quits after this year. If we make it to the Super Bowl and win it, or we don't make it to the Super Bowl, however it turns out, I don't see him
last season.
I think it's his last season. That's just my personal opinion. If it is, I see us signing Teddy Bridgewater back. But I do think they'll probably go out and draft somebody too. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think Teddy Bridgewater is going to be able to demand anything along the line of more than $12 million, $13 million guaranteed than what he got this year. He's just going to be able to get a longer deal probably. Might be getting a 3-year, maybe 4-year deal, but you're not about to demand more than $13, $14 million. I don't see. Just my personal opinion.
Hey, Coach Ian?
I don't think it's as daunting as people are making it seem. One thing about drafting good is setting yourself up to lose people in free agency. That's what that's how the good teams stay good. You understand, like, all right, I drafted well. Well, like, if, for instance, just let's take our safety one for you got Von Bell. The year after you got Von Bell, you got Marcus Williams.
Right.
The year after you got Chauncey Gardner-Robinson.
Right.
If Chauncey comes along like everybody thinks he's gonna do, they'll easily say bye to one of them two.
Well, I mean, it's hard to say that though, because Von Bell plays strong, Marcus Williams plays free. Chauncey Gardner is definitely a strong safety or a nickel.
Yeah, but
I don't see him playing free for the Saints.
To me, what football has done, especially in the safety backfield, is really no strong or free no more, unless certain teams. The Seahawks, it was dictated because of who they free was.
Right.
The Vikings is dictated because who the guy that plays free is. It's, wherever Tyrann Mathieu goes is dictated. But now you've seen a lot of the strong safeties doing the same exact thing as the free. They playing at the same depth. Free safeties getting blitzed just as much as the strong safety. They're all part of the run support.
It's not conventional.
It's not like when Charles Woodson, Ed Reed, Palomalu, these guys
John
Lynch.
Lynch.
All right, look.
John Lynch was a strong safety.
This guy is here. Are we not going to put him and do nothing else? Like, think about it. Like, the Ravens played cover whatever and Ed Reed. Right. Ed Reed would play 15, 17 yard deep, and that guy's not here no more. You know what I'm saying? So Hey, if I could get you to do, and my thing, most of the good free safeties can play the slot.
The last time we tried that out, though, it was a disaster. Kenny Vaccaro was playing strong safety his first 3-4 years in the league. Then all of a sudden we brought in
Jared Bird.
No, I'm talking about defensive coordinator. Was it Rob Ryan or was it?
Steve Spagnuolo first. Then we had Rob Ryan.
We had Rob Ryan, Kenny Vaccaro rookie year, and he was phenomenal his rookie year. He got hurt late, and then Sean Payton was like, "Look, I want a 3-4."
It might have been Dennis Allen.
Dennis Allen.
I think Dennis Allen might have coached in 1 year.
Dennis Allen had Kenny Vaccaro his last year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So my point is, we start trying to use Kenny Vaccaro at free, trying to make him play both, be able to play both, and it set him up for failure. And he had a decline in his numbers. His play was different.
Right.
So I mean, certain safeties like Troy Polamalu, he could play both, free and strong. You can't do that with everybody. Right. So, in my personal opinion, Marcus Williams shouldn't be looked at the same like Von Bell.
Right.
So, and Charlie Gardner from out of Florida, I don't think he's a good free safety. I don't think he would be a good free safety in the league. When you go back and look at his film in Florida, he was good in the nickel and then strong coming down, undercutting underneath routes and stuff like that, being a sure tackler, putting in Dennis Allen like to run a lot of one deep high. I don't see that fitting what Charlie Gardner Johnson does well. So we just got to be mindful of that going forward. I personally think that Marcus Williams is somebody that we probably won't pick. I think he's.
That's what I was
getting
at.
I don't think because I think he's gonna ask for a whole lot of money. And don't get me wrong, I think Marcus Williams is a good player, regardless of what people want to say about what happened with the Minnesota Miracle and all that. Marcus Williams,
he's solid. He's really good.
Has been really good for the Saints.
Really good.
And he continues to get better every season. So I think this upcoming draft, you're gonna see the Saints attack that free safety in the draft, and you're gonna see them try to definitely find a quarterback in this draft.
So what's the case with Mike Thomas?
Look, Mike Thomas gonna get his, cause
you gotta pay him.
Look, he gonna get his.
It's gonna take a little more time.
But this is what Mickey Loomis always does. He always gets the deal done in training camp. Cause think about it. If you hear rumblings about it, I mean, it's gonna be a holdout. Deal's not gonna get done. It's no positive footing.
Right.
There's no positive footing. You hear rumblings because it's like the numbers, what the agent think and what the team think is so far off that the agent is gonna use the media to
leverage
to throw out because the team, they focus on something, but the GM is focused on the guys that got to make, roster moves, all this extra stuff. He's not just looking strictly at one guy's stats. When you put it out there in the media, you got like 80 different news outlets that's, this is what he does, and putting out different numbers. So now when you look at him, then the owner starts seeing that stuff like, look, I don't care what it takes, get it done. But then when you look at what Mickey's done, all right, we signed an offensive lineman named Nick Easton from the Vikings.
Right.
He's only on a hook for this year. Even though he got a multiple-year deal, he's only on a hook for this year. Mm-hmm. In my opinion, what's going to happen, Will Clapp played good for him last year. He's a combo guy. He played guard and center. They drafted a true center, okay? Pete is going to demand high money. Mm-hmm. Kamara's going to demand high money. Guess what? They're both up at the same time. Who's going to get paid first?
Kamara.
Okay, so Pete is going to, by weight of the numbers, Pete is going to price himself out. And don't get it twisted. He deserves everything that he's going to get. Just like with Simi Clemente a couple years ago. Look, he played every
Texans.
Yeah, he played every position for us except center. And a team like, look, we're going to give you starter money, not backup money.
Just like at the time when Carl Nicks got his deal.
Yeah.
At the time.
Carl Nicks was way better than Pete though.
Right. So, so those guys are going to get priced up. So that frees up more money. The way that Easton contract is set up. So like now the cap room that looks bad is not as bad. So now you got extra leverage to move. So if you say, all right, Marcus Williams, Brian Bell, Mark Williams, one of y'all price yourself out. Look, Chauncey can easily go out there, will draft and be cheaper and have the key guys in place. And now, once they get Kamara done, they'll bring Pete to the table like, all right, look, this is what we can offer you. We understand if you want to do. Now that'll be on him. If most likely he's gonna go because he's gonna have high number stuff. Then that extra money right there, they're gonna initially start talking to Lattimore. They won't let him get to the last year deal on the extended. Because then you also, what if Eli Apple bounced back this year? So now it's like that's another young guy. We got him for a steal. You gotta pay him. So now you got two bookends. You're youngin' on the back end. And you still drafting to replace. That's what it is. I honestly don't think the cap room is an issue. It all depends on how that first domino falls.
Which one gets signed first?
Right. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? And the biggest domino is first. If Drew says what we all think, like I'm done, I'm hanging it up. So now the checkbook is open. The bank is open now. And if Drew come back, it's like, hey, Drew, if you do come back, look, you're not getting no more than this. And that's what it gotta be.
Right.
Look, we appreciate everything, but look,
you got a team operate.
You the pass.
You got a team operate.
You the pass.
All the time it's undefeated.
We're not gonna get caught. Cause see, when Brady decides to hang it up, the Patriots gonna be in the world trouble. Simply because every time Brady's been up for extension, he's been putting his monies on the back burner. He's still gonna get his money, but when he hang it up, that figure is still gonna be on the cap book, so they can't make no moves. That's why you starting to see them dish out big number deals like they never done before. And you never seen the Bill Belichick team give money to a cornerback like they did Stephon Gilmore. Hell, they had Ty Law, a Hall of Fame. They had Lloyd Malone.
Well, they paid McCourty though.
Yeah, they paid McCourty, but he's one. He's
paid Gronk.
He's a Belichick guy. He's been in the system. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll take care of you, but like far as somebody coming from another team.
Most cases, they released a guy. They kept a guy 1-2 years. They got about a team to lead. Think about Darrell Reeves. You know they paid him that first year, but after that, the second year, they weren't about to pay him $20-something million. They cut that money.
Now they seeing like, all right, time 2 years tops. Yeah, we're gonna have to get a quarterback because we gave you had two in a stable and you got rid of both of them. Now you're bare again. You know what I'm saying?
And see, this is why I felt the Saints really should have drafted a receiver early on in the draft. I mean, I know we didn't have that many picks, but it might have been the pick with Gardner Johnson from Florida. I think that was the third round.
Yeah,
or fourth.
No, they moved the third. The third round pick was the center from Texas.
No, the second round.
That was the second round pick.
I thought we moved up in the third to get him.
We had a second round. We had a second round. I think we moved up to get Gardner Johnson.
Okay, we moved up to get him.
In the third or the fourth. But whatever round it was, I felt Akeem Butler from Iowa State was still on the board. 6'4" receiver, big receiver, athletic, big play guy. I felt like that was somebody that we should have drafted because I knew this day was coming. That Michael Thomas was going to ask for some big dollar money, which he should. I mean, you led the league in receptions. You had over 1,400 yards. You had 9 touchdowns. You had the highest catch rate percentage out of all the receivers in the NFL, 82%. So you knew this day was coming. So I felt like Sean Payton should have prepared themselves by drafting a receiver that could have possibly, if he decides to hold out of this gets ugly, we had somebody in place.
But you know, they got somebody in camp that they're really high. You know how Sean Payton gets when he love a guy. Simi Cobbs, they love him. Curtis Johnson talk high about him.
We drafted him. I mean, not drafted. We signed him
from the futures deal. So like, you know, maybe just like we all kept saying like, Brandon Coleman. Like, why the hell is he still on the team? Why is he still on the team?
He's a great blocker. That's about it.
Sean Payton loves him. We never went upgrade that position because he was holding somebody's spot. Simply because Sean Payton loved him.
But Sean Payton had liked a lot of guys. I remember one point in time Sean Payton was in love with Adrian Arrington, but just couldn't stay healthy. Just couldn't stay on the team. Just couldn't, you know. So he liked a lot of different guys. But
maybe Taquan Swift
takes a step forward.
But Cam Meredith is he healthy? I'm not too big on Keith Kirkwood.
But you gotta understand everybody's lane. Everybody got a lane. Yeah. Okay? Everybody got a lane. Cam Meredith, solid. Nothing more, nothing less. Keith Kirkwood, solid, nothing more than less.
Overachieving.
Can stretch the field a little bit for you.
Right.
The kid Sammy Cobbs, I need to see more.
Right.
I gotta see more. Nice size receiver, huh? Seems like he got the tools, but I gotta see more. But you cannot replace this production.
Right.
So, I mean, if Mike Thomas wants $22 million a year, you gotta give it to him. And I think Mickey Loomis will end up giving it to him. I don't know what's the hold up. I don't know if they're trying to, I don't know what they're trying to figure out. Or how they gonna bounce the money around for us, like giving him most of his money on the end, or how they gonna do it.
I think it's more of like, all right, let's iron out the incentive part.
Right.
I think
the signing bonus on early, so that way the cap number looks big at the end, but on the front end, it doesn't look as big up front. You know how Mickey do them kind of deals?
Remember how when Drew Brees got his first big one, and it was like, everybody knew like the number was there, was like, but how was
how was it played out?
And then all of a sudden, like, boom, it drops. He signs this deal. He got like, I think it was like $40 million.
$40 million.
Signing bonus. It was like, all right, so boom. All right, so that's what was going on. So it's like trying to figure out how the numbers gonna work.
See, we're always thinking he gonna get his money. This question is how they're gonna do it and how they're gonna cut it out.
Right.
Because the production is there that earns. In their case, the problem is the Saints, by him not being a first round pick, they don't have that additional year that can hold them, to a high. They don't have more time. Yeah. Being a first round pick, they get him additional year to try to figure out a deal. They don't have that. He was a second round pick, which means he's an unrestricted free agent. If you do not sign him, you have to use the franchise tag. So that's where the problem comes in there.
And I'm gonna tell y'all something. People gotta realize something about Mike Thomas. People won't say, oh, he doesn't stretch the field, like somebody to my right said.
Doesn't stretch the field. Great possession receiver.
Is a strictly possession receiver, which I beg to differ. But it's funny how
11 yards a catch.
He led all the top receivers in the league in yards at the catch with 502 yards. That's just pretty funny to me, Fred.
Ain't that funny?
You want yards?
Yeah.
But you want to know what another stuff that he not even close in?
What?
Most 20-yard catches and most 40-yard catches.
But he has
yards.
He leads the NFL in yards after catch.
Okay.
That means once I catch the ball, who gives a damn if I catch it from 8 yards, 8-yard pass, and I turn it into 30? Versus if I catch the ball 30 yards down the field. And what's the difference? It's production.
But if I catch it down the field, I may break a tackle.
No.
In the end zone.
No. See. So here's the stat. Here's the stat for you that a lot of people don't realize. And I'm glad you brought that up.
Okay.
Since the greatest show on turf,
the Rams.
Since the greatest show on turf, if a pass goes over 20 yards, the receiver is tackled immediately 97% of the time.
Ooh.
You want to know why? Because 9 times out of 10,
that's a hell of a stat right now.
9 times out of 10, the receiver is adjusting his body, and the DB is down the ball. He's on it. So soon as you catch it, what do you see? You see the sweep tackle. Because the wide receiver, he ain't looking at feet. He worried about trailing the ball, tracking them, and that's why you always hear the scouts say he good at tracking the ball.
Like Antonio Brown. Good at tracking the ball.
Yeah, but so what's good at what's the difference between I catch the ball 20 yards down the field or I catch this 5-yard slant? I'm bigger. I go over and I go. He leads the league in yards after catch.
He has 11 yards. He averaged 11 yards a catch.
He leads the league in yards after catch.
He averaged 11 yards a catch.
Okay, so you know what I mean? That means he got.
You don't care about Yak?
That means he works harder.
You don't care about Yak?
That means
I'm big on Yak. I don't know about you, but I'm big on Yak.
Okay,
I like the Yak. I like a receiver named Yak.
Hey, look, hold on. Your best friend said Yak. Who played receiver? Your best friend said Yak. You don't gotta look. You know who your best friend is. Shit.
11 yards a catch.
Yak.
So y'all like 11 yards a catch?
Man, look, this is the thing, because you know what? It sets a tone.
502. 502. He has 502 yards after catch. Tyreek Hill only had 378. And he's supposed to be damn near arguably the most explosive receiver in the game.
He had 17 yards a catch. He has 17 yards a catch.
Look, listen, I don't know about you.
He don't understand.
He has more touchdowns.
He don't understand. He don't understand.
And he has less catches.
He don't understand.
And he has more yards.
He don't understand the difference. It's like talking to Barry.
Tyreek Hill, I think, is one of the most dynamic receivers in the NFL.
Yeah.
I actually got him in my top 5 when we talk about that later.
Right.
But Tyreek Hill.
He won't play this shit, though.
Huh?
He won't play this
shit.
shit.
We don't know. We'll see. But Tyreek Hill is limited to some degree.
Because he's not tall and physical.
And Mike Thomas is not limited to some degree.
Because he's tall and physical.
Because he's a great damn receiver, Fred. That's why.
He's tall and physical, G.
Can I interject real quick, G?
4 drops in 2 seasons? Man, let that sink in, man.
Can I jump in this double judge?
Man, let that sink in, man.
Can I jump in this double judge?
Let that sink in, man.
Can I jump in this double judge, G?
17 yards catch.
4 drops in 2 years.
Can I jump in this double judge real quick?
8 catches.
Can I swing the rope my way?
27 yards. 20.
Swing the rope. Look, let me ask you something. Let me ask you something.
Let the league in.
Let me ask you something.
20 yard and 40 yard players.
Let me ask you something. Let me ask you something.
Number 1 in that set.
Who is more dangerous? All around receiver. Calvin Johnson or Larry Fitzgerald?
Who's more dangerous all around?
All around. Not just
Calvin Johnson.
I'm all around.
Calvin Johnson.
He can't run routes. Okay, so he can't run routes. So let's keep it the band.
I'm taking Calvin Johnson. Nah, Fitzgerald is a better route runner, and Fitzgerald is more sure-handed.
Yes.
Right. Yes. Okay. So here we go.
But I'm taking Calvin Johnson.
Calvin Johnson's only beat Larry Fitzgerald in yards 3 times. Now, granted, that's all Stafford was drawn to, and he was the tallest dang out there.
And he's throwing it when 4 people on him. He's still throwing it.
You know what I'm saying? And he's 6'8".
Right.
But then the Michael Thomas aspect of it, Larry Fitzgerald was catching a 5-yard dig route and go 70 yards.
Like in a Super Bowl.
Yeah. Catch a slant.
League.
Go 70 yards.
So who you have? Who you rather have, T.O. or Larry Fitzgerald?
T.O.?
What type of question? I said Calvin Johnson.
I know.
And Larry Fitzgerald. I said 2 first ballot Hall of Famers, not somebody who had to cry to get in that bitch.
Now we both know, everybody know that T.O. supposed to be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Cup.
We both know that, everybody know that T.O. should have been first ballot Hall of Fame.
I don't know.
What you mean you don't know?
I don't know.
What you mean you don't know?
Just like I said it. I said it. I don't know.
I'm torn with T.O. I do think he needs to be in the Hall of Fame.
He's in the Hall of Fame. He should have been first ballot.
Yeah.
He should have been first ballot.
No, I don't know about that.
I got my reservations about it.
I don't know about it.
We talking
Devin
about
the second ballot.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I give you that.
Devin the second ballot. I ain't even a
Second,
question.
no. He shouldn't have made it past the 3rd. But first, no.
bro. Top 3 in touchdowns.
No.
Top 3 in yards. Top 8 in catches.
All right, so let me ask you this. Emmitt Smith led the NFL history.
Top 5 running back.
Yards.
Top 5 running back.
Does that mean Emmitt? If this is my personal opinion, and I'm gonna say this, and I've been feeling like this.
Hey, he played behind the best offensive line ever created.
Emmitt Smith, in my mind, it was not a first ballot Hall of Famer. Ooh, that's just my opinion. Now the numbers say differently.
The guy wasn't MVP, G.
When you look at his numbers, you're like, man, G, how you can say something ridiculous like that? But sometimes we gotta go off the eye test.
Emmitt Smith was not the first ballot.
We gotta go off the eye test. And sometimes you gotta have common goddamn sense. And you know, Emmitt Smith wasn't getting touched.
Let me ask you this.
Emmitt Smith was getting to the second level and wasn't getting touched.
Hold on, Fred, before you interject. Let me. Goddamn
hole was bigger than Superhead's vagina.
How many? Now that's big. How many first ballot Hall of Fame offensive linemen Emmitt Smith played with?
First ballot?
First ballot.
I would probably offhand Larry Allen.
No, he played behind 8.
8 first ballot Hall of Fame.
Throughout his career.
Throughout his career. 8. And if you want to throw Moose in there,
lead blocking. Who the fuck can't get? You motherfucker, who the fuck can't get 15 million, whatever the hell he ran for? When you got Barry Sanders, who's offensive line wouldn't worth a damn.
Barry Sanders is better. That's clear. The eyeball tells you he's better.
But my point is
top 5 running back to ever play this game. Emmitt Smith's probably still top 5 running back to ever play this game. He also leads the league in
not top 5. He's not top 5.
He leads the NFL
I don't care
in
what,
total touchdowns. No one has more touchdowns than him.
He played.
No one has more touchdowns than him.
He played from when Jesus died to when Jesus was risen. I mean, shit. You better.
Listen, dog.
You better.
Listen. When I don't misconstrue what I'm saying, and we getting off topic a little bit right here,
right.
But I think Emmitt Smith was a great running back.
Yeah. Not first ballot Hall of Fame.
Wasn't first ballot Hall of Fame in my mind. Was not. He did not deserve all the accolades that he got. He won MVP. Fred, because of the numbers he put up, and they won a Super Bowl.
That's because he's productive.
That's because the hole was
line.
bigger than Superhead's vagina. He wasn't even getting touched.
At Freaknik.
He was not getting touched. I could show you buku highlights of Emmitt Smith, and he's not getting touched, dog. He's not getting touched.
We would.
Barry Sanders
We would agree.
made something out of nothing.
Barry Sanders also pissed off his offensive lineman because he didn't follow blocks either, but he was a great athlete.
How could you follow?
How could you follow black when as soon as the ball get hand off there in your face? Stop,
Right
man.
there, right there. Like, hey Barry, can I get an
And you gotta realize this. Emmitt Smith played with a Hall of Fame quarterback in Troy Aikman. Yeah. He played with a Hall of Fame tight end in Jay Novacek. He played with a Hall of Fame receiver in Michael Irvin.
Hall of Fame.
He's in the Hall of Fame.
I don't know.
He's in the Hall of Fame.
We got smartphones.
Hold on.
I think Jay Novacek in.
His coach was Hall of Fame.
Jimmy Johnson.
Michael Irvin. Like,
His oldest in the Hall of Fame.
like, come on, man.
Shit. What else you want? What's the next fan question?
Because, I mean, goddamn.
He's the first battle Hall of Fame. Next fan question. This is by Brian Jenkins. Serena came up short again on her quest for most all-time Grand Slam titles. I think Serena's going to be the most dominant tennis player as far as people have ever watched. But at the end of the day, Father Time is undefeated as a man, be a man or a woman. During her time of dominance, she was a physically imposing tennis player. That's the bottom line. Now, I think right now she's at a point where she's an older woman, she's a mother. And I think she still plays for dominating skill, but her way she played the sport of tennis, it was very physically imposing. She's a very physically, you watch the way she served, you watch the way she played. And right now, this sport is going to be being dominated by younger tennis players. That's just what it is. So the way we used to win and watch a woman of her caliber dominate a sport, she's not going to be able to dominate and win in that same fashion anymore. And again, I think her priorities could be a little different. I think she's still one of the best that we're watching. She's still be one of the best tennis players that when she's on the court. But her priorities are a little different. So at the end of the day in life, it's going to be difficult for her to win matches against younger tennis players. That's just the bottom line. I think eventually she will win it, but it's going to take a little time. Kind of like how Tiger Woods took a little time to win the majors, to win the Masters like he did. Different reasons, but same concept.
First of all, Serena, your boy is tearing off the frame. I mean, he tearing off the frame because
Could you blame her?
No. I don't blame him. But she gotta get her priorities straight if she wants to have the most major titles of all time. Mm-hmm. She won behind Margaret. Mm-hmm. Margaret got 24. She needs 25.
25.
And she's 37. I mean, this time ain't stopping. This time ain't stopping. Serena, you got to get it together. You need to play in more tournaments. You're picking and choosing. You are playing one or two tournaments here and there.
That's my priority.
Because you and your man, y'all won't take trips here and take trips there. And listen, I'm not saying don't live your life, but you can't have best of both worlds. Right. Either you won't be looked at as the number one tennis player with the most major titles of all time, or you just won't be looked at as one of the best tennis player. Because what we measure your greatness off of?
Surpassing and becoming the best. Surpassing.
Jordan, rings. Tom Brady, rings. Serena,
it's about surpassing.
If you get 25, now you put yourself in a whole different category, and nobody can take that from you. Now, with all that being said, she got 347 match wins. That's the most all time. I think that she has to finally put in her mind. And I know she probably doesn't want to do it, but she finally has to lose some weight.
Yeah.
I think she needs to go ahead and shit about 10 to 12. Okay, because she is one cookie away from shattering her damn kneecap. All that damn pressure she's putting when she's going back and forth. And I tell you what, Simona Halep had her ass going. I mean, if you watch that match, it was about 4 or 5 times when Simona was, I'm talking about racing back and forth. Every hit that Serena was hitting the ball, she was getting back and forth so fast. And it was a few times she hit the ball and Serena couldn't even move. She like got stuck. She couldn't even move. It's too much weight. And I'm telling you, it's a disaster waiting to happen with her knees and her Achilles.
Right.
And I think that she has to take that into consideration. She got to change her diet. You know what I'm saying? She needs to change a lot of different things if she wants to get to 25 major titles.
Right.
Look, you didn't accumulated over $88 million throughout your career. The next person that made more money than that was $50 million. So you done made all the money you can make. Now it's about submitting your legacy. And I think that she can do it. She's 37 years old. She hasn't won a major title in 2 years.
Correct.
Stay woke. So, and I know you had a child in between that time, so all that's playing a factor. But look, with all that being said, I love everything about Serena. I love she stands up for equality. I love how when she came to the U.S. Open, a French Open, with the damn cat suit on, and they told her she couldn't wear it. Then she came back to the U.S. Open with the tutu. Then she spent around after she won it. You know what I'm saying? That's big for an African American woman to stand up for what she believes in and show that she believes in individuality. Mm-hmm. And I think that she has a chance to do it, bro. But she got to take her diet serious. She has to lose some weight. And she got to play more matches. I think she's gonna win. She got to play more matches. She got to play more matches because she was rusty. She was rusty. That's like a boxer, bro. That's any sport, really. You need reps. I don't give a damn how good you is. You saw what happened to Joe when he came back wearing the 4-5. Yeah. It ain't to play games with you. It's to aim at you. Okay, Serena, get it together. Cause Simona Halep kicked your ass this past in that championship game. She made you look bad. 6'2". I mean, that was unprecedented. Nobody thought that coming. But she showed good class too when they did the press conference and asked her.
She's always gracious.
Yeah. Now she done had some meltdown moments now when she didn't kind of lost her mind.
Right. And rightfully so.
Yeah, right. But sometimes I think it was out of frustration because she wasn't playing to her capabilities.
She was playing to her ability.
And I watched that match, bro, and I thought that when she came to do the press conference, I thought she was gonna snap on somebody because they was asking all them stupid, dumb questions. do you think your career is coming to an end?
What?
Do you think you can still win another major title?
What?
Are you content with just being mediocre?
What?
So
she wanna get on that rush bullet. Don't trip.
Look, she had spazzed out on the media in the past, and I thought she was gonna do it, but she kept the class. She kept class, and she answered the questions pretty good. But I'm gonna ask y'all this. I'm gonna tell y'all how I feel. Do y'all feel like she gonna get to that 25 major titles?
Yeah, to
before
me,
it's all said and done.
Yes. To me, I think what it is, she has to change her game. When Serena, when she was at her peak, she's been all about power. The main thing, like she was like, I think she might still have the record for most aces ever. Right. Like her serve was phenomenal. But see, as you get older, you lose strength. I don't care how much you work out stuff. It all the time. Well, I think what she needs to do, her hardest competition ever. Her hardest competition ever was her sister. Now her sister was nowhere near as strong with her. Right. But what she was a tactician. Yeah. And
she was skillful.
What she has to do, she has to go into the lab and figure out how not to beat these people. Power, beat them mentally. How you think Roger Federer's played so long? Yes. How do you think
Andre Agassi,
Pete Sampras?
But we talking about men too.
But
I think how long did Steffi Graf play? I don't know how long she played.
But see, this is the thing.
But now way back in the 90s and early 2000s. But I think Steffi Graf played for a minute.
But then you know they played for a minute. But you know,
and they was lighter. Steffi Graf was skinny.
They Wimbledon and you know the tennis association, they've done a better job with the grounding because like that was killing. Like the clay court was killing people. The grass people was slipping, like was tearing a lot of ACL something. So the footings and stuff is better. But to me, it's like you're not gonna win. It's just like LeBron trying to go out there and win with athletics, and he's not gonna win with that no more because the young guys have caught up to that. Right now, you got to out mental, and when she does that, like G said, I don't because I'm not gonna say she, you know, look, change your body, go leaner. Right, get leaner because you never been that fleet-footed. It was just you was getting the ball back on the people so hard that they had no choice but to put it in bad spots, and then you just finish it off.
And that's where those aces came from.
You know, just be more tactical about it. I think if you just lean up, get more tactical about it, and don't shy away from the young up and coming. Get like I don't care if it's the 4th Street Invitational. Get out. If they got the number 1, number 2, or whoever, or somebody up and coming that you're gonna see later on, get out there. Get used to how they playing.
Right.
And I honestly think 25, 26, it'll come. I think it'll come easy for her if she does it that way. Because to me, regardless of sport, she's the second best woman athlete ever. To me.
Who's first?
To me, Cheryl Miller.
Think Cheryl Miller over Serena?
I just think about at the time, like
a lot of people pick Cheryl Cooper.
She couldn't hold
her
panty
liner.
She couldn't hold her
Couldn't hold her panty liner.
But
Cynthia Cooper was good though.
But at the time, people thought Cynthia Cooper like the Michael Jordan of WNBA.
Because the WNBA had just started.
Unless
Cheryl Miller would have been playing in the WNBA.
see that's what I'm getting at. I think like Serena's had more opportunities because like tennis, when you gotta think with Cheryl, cause people forget that Cheryl is older than Reggie.
Yeah.
So like she was already full broadcasting when Reggie came up. So you
still was beating them 1-on-1.
She just didn't have the opportunity to show her stuff on a professional level to get paid for it.
Right.
But it's like that ball. It's like how motherfuckers talk about Earl Manigault. When you talk about motherfucker that got hops, like his name gonna come up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he never played a professional game a day in his life, but it's like
his name coming up.
Guys that know.
Some dude they talk about it. There's up north that Jadakiss be talking about it better than Jordan.
Cheryl Miller was a monster. Fact.
Who? Some dude they be talking about them songs, man. Like Jadakiss said it a couple times.
That kid that played
Pee Wee Kirkland.
I forgot the dude's name.
I think it's Pee Wee Kirkland.
They got some dude up north. They say he was way better than Jordan.
Matter of fact, it's a guy. You remember NBA Streets? Mm-hmm. The guy that's named Stretch. That's who PJ Kirkland.
Okay.
Pee Wee Kirkland is. Like that's what it is.
Uh-huh.
Old school, like Mr. Rucker Park.
Right. So y'all both think that Serena will get
if she try to play mental and not physical, I think she gets it.
So she's at 190 pounds right now.
But it's all most of that shit in the ass, man. I don't want her in the ass.
It's her
legs,
man. You can't. First thing when you look at Serena, first thing you gonna look at that
and her thighs.
But you got
like a damn anaconda.
You gotta have big thighs to hold up that ass.
Now, excuse me. If Serena doesn't win another title, she's already the GOAT of female tennis.
Well, she's tied to GOAT. You can't be the GOAT if you're tied.
She's not tied. She's one under.
They both 24 and 24.
Oh, she got 23. The Margaret got 24.
But she
need 2. I think so.
That's why I said she needed 2 to have the most major titles of all time.
Brown said this. She'll get to it. She's gonna have to change her game. She's gonna have to go off and outpowering everyone. For so long, I don't think Father Time is gonna let her compete the way she used to. She's got to come up with a better game plan to lose weight, doing some speed training. Yeah.
What I said. Look, 190 pounds. 5'9", 190 pounds for a woman playing that kind of sport.
On a different texture courts.
Yeah, it's setting you up for disaster. She got to get about 175.
Right.
175. I think 12 to 15 pounds will do her something good.
I think if she lean, because she's very bulky.
Yeah. But she's lean. She may not have enough seasons left or years left to really play the sport. So asking somebody of her caliber to change her game so much, it may not help her get to that Grand Slam.
Well, see, when you talk about,
if that makes sense,
if you tell her to take a mental approach, she got more experience than by far. Just mental is just changing everything, changing the way you train, changing the way style. You know what I'm saying? But then this is one thing too. She got married in her 30s. She had a baby in her 30s.
Right.
For most of her career, she was by herself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Proud to change.
You know what I'm saying? Well, not by herself, but you know what I'm saying?
She was doing her thing on the low. Drake cutting up in the VIP. But
I ain't mad at you. Light skin for the win. But now it's like, all right, is it settling down time? Because from 15 to 30, it was tennis. Yeah. Now it's husband, baby.
Yeah, life changes.
And she's doing way more traveling than she ever did.
Yeah.
That's why she's not doing so many tournaments. So The key, like I said, the keys, just to piggyback back off to what you said and what I said when we first started this topic, the keys for her, if she wants to get the most major titles of all time, before she called it quits, and before she shattered her damn kneecap with all that weight.
But don't lose the ass.
Right. I'm not she gonna do that, but she has to change her diet. She has to get more lean. She has to lose about 12 to 15 pounds, and she has to play in more tournaments. She has to play more tournaments because she was very rusty going into that tournament last weekend when she played that. Even though she still got to the championship game, but she got to play in more tournaments, bro. She was very rusty. She got to get more reps. And I think she said after the press conference, she said that she was going to play in more tournaments coming up. I think she already put her name into like 2 or 3 more tournaments coming up. That's showing me there that she is hungry to get those to that 25 mark. And if she does that, I think she can accomplish that goal, man. And I hope she does it. All right.
So what's the last question?
And this was about Brianna Lowe. We won't spend too much time on this one, but how the U.S. women's soccer team is way better than the men's and the wage gap. Well, first and foremost, congratulations to the U.S. women's soccer team. They had a dominating performance in the World Cup, and I'm proud of those women for what they've been out there to be able to achieve on a national level. But just to be honest with you, I mean, if you're looking at Western civilization as far as U.S. soccer, I don't think there's enough African, American men that's looking to choose to dominate that sport. I think when we grow up watching football and we grow up watching basketball.
It ain't our sport.
That's my point. It's not our sport. We're not looking to dominate that sport. And so since we're not looking to dominate that sport because we are interested in other sports, I think that sport is always going to have a level of suffering because the best talent won't come from the U.S. You're going to have to go outsource that talent. Just because the most athletic people in this country are African American men. We watch football, we watch basketball. We see who the most athletic ones. And for that particular sport, that's not the sport we choose to really play or dominate. So I think we kind of leave that to the women. And if the women can achieve it, it's great. But I don't think that's men. We're going to look at that sport and say, I think the women will always be better than the men.
You wrong as hell.
Okay.
All right. Let's just be 100% what it is.
Okay.
The United States as a whole got onto soccer late.
Correct.
It's the first major sport that we wasn't the footstone in. It was footstone in baseball. Well, that's the footstone in football by far.
You think we're the footstone with baseball?
I think it's in America. I think baseball was created in America.
You saying like?
Yeah, like I'm talking about like not being like you had to start line of football, you had to start line of basketball, you had to start line of baseball. Hockey, you're not at the start line. You're not even close to the start line.
Right.
Look what's happened there.
Right.
Soccer's the same way. You cannot say, look, this is not our major sport by any means close. It's not nowhere near close.
Right.
These other countries they're playing it like that's one.
That's like livelihood sport.
Well, football is one here. Like soccer is 1, 2, 3, and
right.
And so you won't. That's a huge gap to catch up to. Then let's just be realistic. The people who dominate that sport are the Spanish, and the Latino demographic. The Latinos in this is not being racist, nothing, but it just is what it is.
That's their sport.
The Latinos in the United States, they're grinding, they're working. Mm-hmm. They ain't got time for sports. You don't see, regardless of the sport, you hardly see any Latinos in that field. Right. So and that's just baseball. Right. Other than that, they don't care. They don't care about it. Now for women, on the other hand, this was their way to show, we're out there.
Like
We're out there. Boom, boom, boom. Now, as far as the money situation go, let's just be real. Even with USA winning and like USA runs it for the Women's World Cup, the ratings are horrible. Correct. You're not getting no kickbacks. If the U.S. men's soccer team, and I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. U.S. men's soccer team can make it to the second round, and the ratings will be through the roof. Right. The ratings will be through the roof. But guess what? We don't, and they don't. The women's soccer they made it to the World Cup. They made it to the final game. Maybe 20% of the United States watched it. That's horrible.
Right.
You can't expect all right, give me $5 million.
Right.
And the men go out there and win one game in the whole World Cup, and like it's 40% of the world.
Yeah, it's tuning in.
You're not gonna get the kickback on. So that's what it is. It ain't. It just most of the money from sports comes from TV, television revenue, regardless of the sport.
And that's what people don't understand.
Regardless of the sport, it comes from television revenue. If you ain't got the revenue, you ain't got the pay.
That's what it is. But like I said, I'm not disagreeing with that point at all. But I just think that also Black American kids are not raising their kids to go out here and want to play. They play soccer, but they're not choosing it as a professional sport. And so I think that we're not, again, I think Black American men are the most physically athletic people in this country. And that's not the sport that we're choosing to play. We're choosing to still play football and basketball. And every now and then you get a few of them that slide in the baseball arena. And you start seeing still some bases. And, they're not really, Black Americans not really home run hitters in baseball, but they're still bases. And if they figure out how to market that shit properly, Black people start watching baseball. But we don't. No. I'm not saying we'll start watching it a little bit more than what we do. They don't really market the sport properly.
Baseball,
it's slow. The pace of play.
I beg to differ because in the 90s, the mid to late 90s, early 2000, baseball was marketed way better. It was marketed way better. I used to watch baseball. I actually played baseball all the way up to high school. I used to be All-Stars every year. I was a damn good baseball player, and we used to watch baseball coming up. But it was marketed way better. Just think about all the household names back then. The household names today versus the household names back then are not even the same. Mike Trout, man, a lot of kids don't even know who Mike Trout is. Puig, nobody, unless you just know baseball.
Unless you into it.
Yeah, you don't even know who that is.
Right.
Okay? All these top baseball players, nobody knew it. Haywood, they used to play for the Braves, got traded to the Cubs and all. He was
start out with the game.
Ryan Howard.
You know what I'm saying? But everybody remember Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa,
King Griffin.
King Griffin. You know what I'm saying?
Randy Johnson.
Jason Giambi.
You can go. You can go on and on and on.
Paul O'Neill.
People that wouldn't even.
Carl Ripken.
People that wasn't even a household name, like the Andrew Jones.
Yeah.
But everybody knew him from climbing the walls,
making a catch.
Chipper Jones.
There's so many different people.
Justice.
Do you remember when Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa was going for their home run race?
Yeah, they both had 63, 64.
But see, you know what? Hey, I think you hit the nail on the head right there. I think that's when it started. They was afraid because when the home run race came out and then Barry broke it, and then it was like steroids.
Yeah,
and it was like everybody was like, oh shit, they cheat, and then now baseball is building image back.
Correct.
I think that's a good point.
That
might be because I never thought about it till you when you said remember that break because it was on ESPN. You could be watching a middle of a football game and it was like Mark McGwire's up the bat and everything is stopping and people ain't changing the channel.
No.
Is he gonna get 60? Sammy Sosa up the bat. You know what I'm saying? All right, and then you go back to your regular. But when those
PEDs did.
Think about it when
that list came out,
Jose Canseco. Turned into that, and they had the federal judge here with Roger Clemens,
that's the one
Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire.
Favorite people.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It was like these were the stars. These are the people that carried your sport, and they all cheated, and not everything people did in that generation, Alex Rodriguez.
It had an asterisk by it.
Man, we don't know. We don't know if you was good that way. Or you was juiced that way.
Right. Andy Petty was a part of that list. Roger Clemens was really the one. A-Rod was a big time star, but Roger Clemens was a lot of people's home favorite. When he was part of that list, it was it's taking a nosedive. Mark McGwire was part of that list too. Yeah.
Man, back then, when somebody got a no hitter, it was a super big deal.
Yeah.
And now when somebody get a no hitter, it's you got a no hitter.
And it was so. But think about it like this too. It was so hard back then. It was so hard to hit for the cycle back then. Now it's look, 25 home runs used to be a hell of a season. Now motherfuckers putting up 40, damn near 50. Multiple people. It's how? What's going on? What's changed? So it's and then I can't think of his name. Oh man, he played for the Colorado Rockies. He's Brian. He started. He was like
with the Marlins.
Yeah, he started bringing it up, and then he got caught. It was like baseball was catching back up. It was like, oh yeah, it was like, boom, he got caught, and he got caught, and then the last mainstay
got paid by the Brewers though.
The last mainstay you had was Ichiro, and you like, all right, everybody like, yeah, he clean, but it's like, he's not excited because he don't hit home runs. He get on base.
Nah, but when he first came in the league, he was exciting.
Right. Yeah, but he, he wasn't the home run hitter.
Right.
So you won't catch the average person. Like, yeah, he gonna get on base. He gonna steal when he get on base. But like, other than that, you're not watching for him.
You're not watching for him. But like I said, I think you're right about the image part. I didn't even think about that part. But I just knew it was marketed so much better in the in the 90s and the 2000s. Man, people watch baseball though. I watched that sport.
King Griffey Jr. Slugfest on the 64.
Man, them shoes are cold as blooded. Man, I guess give me some grip.
Man, listen, soccer. Well, people gotta understand, soccer will never be on the level as far as people watching it and viewers on the level of football, basketball, and even baseball for that matter. But they also can do a better job of marketing that sport. You know what I'm saying? Marketing is everything, bro.
Talking about baseball or soccer?
Soccer.
Okay, yeah.
Marketing it can do so much, man. And when you, especially like when you coming up, when you between the ages of like 9 and like 18, bro, if you keep seeing it, always seeing it, and you seeing it different type of ways, you start getting intrigued with it. Right. And start making you want, man, let me see what this is about.
Right.
That's what they gotta do. And then back then too, the Braves always played on TV.
Right. Yeah,
the Cubs always played on TV.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Now the games only come on ESPN.
Correct. On the MLB network.
Right.
And who the hell buying that? Unless you.
So you gotta be an old, person who, I don't know what it's about. But at the same time, for these like generations coming out of marketing, again, video games is where they're at. You gotta have the right video game. I'm just bottom line. You gotta have a right video game.
Baseball, they got a good the show.
Right. Yeah. That shit. I ain't gonna.
For Major League Baseball, that's a good game.
And I play the shit out.
But they just got to get back to doing like, and the commissioner got to get back to how they used to be.
But that hurt baseball too. I think Buzz Silly hurt the sport for a very long time. Mm-hmm. He kept that sport backwards. Now, I'm gonna just read a couple of comments and we can switch some gears. School says Mike Trout is literally the best pure baseball player in the last decade, and nobody knows who he is. I know he is, but he does have a point there. He also says, but the home run derby the last week was the best I've ever seen in history, and I think
in history, and
he said, I think I may have been the only person to see it.
I don't know about that.
That's how bad it is marketed.
I don't know, cause that Albert Pujols one versus Jeff Bagwell,
bro.
King Griffey Jr. one with his dad drawing him the pictures, and
I seen one with Lance Berkman in it. And it was like, whoa.
Lance Berkman won it.
Yeah, Lance Berkman won it.
He was underdog.
Yeah, that's the one I watched. Man, boy, that one was cold-blooded.
Yeah. The one with Barry.
Yeah.
Barry hit like, that's when it was at what park that is with the pool?
It was at his pool. Was it
I think that was in Florida, Marlins Park. They got a pool in the damn center field. And he kept hitting that mug in the pool.
Yeah.
Kept hitting it in the pool. Like, it was just so many different things that was going on around that time, bro, like, that made baseball so exciting. But I will tell you this, when the playoffs started watching in October, I watched baseball. I was watching it.
I just watched for my team. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm a Braves fan. I've been a Braves fan since I was a kid.
I'm a Yankees fan.
I want the Yankees.
Y'all wrong for that.
What?
Y'all wrong for that.
How?
Tom Brunner turning over in his grave.
That's cool. I'm gonna say that's the first. Cause see, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna tell you why I'm a Braves fan. I mean, a Yankees fan. Cause the Braves used to play on TBS all the time, especially down here, and everybody loved the Braves. I never wanted to do what everybody else did. And the first game that I actually sat down to watch was the Braves versus the Yankees
World Series.
Mm-hmm. And then I was like, my ball, Paul O'Neill came up there, and I never heard nothing like it before. Paul O'Neill, and he yoked that, but I said, "Oh, this is my team." Yeah, and that's
back in the day.
And that was sad because I didn't even know that was the World Series. It was just like the excitement behind it.
Right.
And then next thing you know, they go out and they get Gary Sheffield, Ryan Klesko transfer, David Justice, who was banging Holly Berry at the time, coming to. I was like, oh yeah, I'm a Yank. Yeah.
He was also beating the shit out of him.
I came on board a few years later when they got
allegedly.
He was beating the shit out of Halle Berry.
Allegedly.
When they got Alfonso Soriano you know, to play third base. And that's when I came on to. They had traded Alfonso Soriano for A-Rod. That's when I became on. But when they had Jason Giambino, and Gary Sheffield playing first base, man, that's when I was like a Yankee fan. I was like, boy, looking, I've been a Yankee fan ever since.
Gary Sheffield had one of the most unorthodox batting styles I've ever seen.
The worst one I think was Jeff Bagwell. It was like he was taking the shit. And he was so fucking swole, and he had the band like, God damn.
Gary Sheffield, dog, how you swing that bat that much and be able to time that ball and
it's just like King Griffey. Chris Griffey was standing straight up with that bit, and bat would be way right here.
He had a regular batting style.
The bat would be way right here. But then when the ball comes,
he had swag doing it. It's cold blooded.
The fucking earring hanging.
He's like this. Ryan Gant. I used to love Ryan Gant.
Oh, this dude said, Manny Ramirez.
He was another one. Another one.
Hey, I remember when we told Pedro ass up, who's your daddy?
Ray excited because Manny Ramirez, that dude.
But you know what? That's crazy because
Matt Damon was going to be on that team with him.
I remember watching when the Arizona Diamondbacks won it when they had
and Randy Johnson. That picture. Oh, that was cool. But 2000, I think that was what? 2004? That could have been 2004.
It was
earlier than that.
It was like
when the Marlins won it with Moises Alou, they bought that team.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
With Jim Leland being a manager, came from the Pittsburgh Pirates.
I remember the young Sierra Mariners with a young Alex Correa, a young A-Rod.
That's when they were playing
Ken Griffey Jr.
in the dome.
I can't think of the Judge Perez.
You talking about before he became with the Rangers?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That team was special.
Ivan Rodriguez.
Yeah. Pudge, baby.
See, they ain't got nicknames no more.
Pudge, you be fighting too, boy. Pudge was my boy, man.
They ain't got nicknames no more.
I know Jorge Posada was the man, but like Pudge was my boy, man. Pudge used to be swinging them things.
And my boy, Mr. Skidmore, says this. He said, all it takes is just one. Jackie Robinson, MVP, Tiger Woods, golf GOAT, Jim Brown, pound best football player ever. Michael Jordan took basketball to billions. A league that went Baker before Michael. Pretty good comment there. You know, it does take one. You mentioned a lot of black athletes.
I don't know.
So you talking about it? Are you referring to a black athlete to take a sport like soccer to the next level or something like that?
See, look, it don't take race. It take a homegrown superstar.
What's your girl that's in tennis now? People from New Orleans, when she won the match, she started beating on her chest like that. She just did it the other day. I forgot her name. She young.
Forgot her name.
And her mama started beating her chest with her. But stuff like that, that's the kind of stuff that can revolutionize a sport. Stuff like that.
Boy, JJ Rumble. Pudge used to work. Hey, Pudge was my man. Pudge
is cool.
Yeah, he be slanging that thing.
Pudge is cool.
Then he'll start talking. You'll see him talking shit. You're not gonna hit it, my friend.
But like you said, you think it's more of a homegrown thing. It more gotta be a homegrown diversity, a culture thing.
I just think about it like this. Last time, like it was two black people. It was two black and like it was a couple of white guys. But the last time soccer in the United States was like before they started getting the international, before David Beckham, all those other people started coming over. Yeah, Freddie Adu, Kobe White, Landon Donovan,
they did a good job marketing him,
and Tim Howard, and they marketed him like crazy. They made him play like, look, we gonna start the American Soccer League. Y'all gonna play for the team in LA, so people really gonna see you. They're like, okay, but then look, Kobe White got hurt. And they all played on Team USA. Kobe White got hurt and kept getting hurt. He wasn't the same. Freddie Adu, look, he was just a kid who was super special.
Right.
Didn't go to college, went straight to the professional, and he didn't last long because, hey, this is men who've been doing this for a while. Landon Donovan and Tim Howard had the longest one, but it's like when they left, it's like, all right, we don't have the next guy, so David Beckham come over, save soccer for us.
Right.
But when it comes to World Cup, David Beckham's not going to suit up for the United States. He's going to suit up for England. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. They had Wayne Rooney. Man, just think about, like, when you think of soccer stars, it's not a person from the United States. It don't matter about race. You just got to have a dude.
I follow you to a big degree. But I look at other sports. Let's look at boxing, for example. I mean, at one point in time, we talking about Muhammad Ali. dominated the sport. He was the culture for that sport. Then you had other guys come behind him. You know, you're talking about the Tommy Hearns, the Marvin Hagley that came behind, the Sugar Ray Leonards. And then when you started getting toward the later, early 90s, you had the Mike Tysons, the Evander Holyfield. Then you get into the Lennox Lewis. Then you got into that athleticism era, which was Roy Jones Jr. And then he dominated the sport for so long, up to maybe like 2001, 2002. Then after that, you start seeing some other. You kind of had a dip up until
Chris Bird.
You had Chris Bird. Then it went blip. Then you had Oscar De La Hoya, who tried to keep the sport alive until he lost to Money Mayweather. And Money Mayweather has kind of kept that sport, you know, up to this part. And now it's kind of at a point where, you know, it's a problem. You know, it's
boxing. I will say this: boxing is on an upward spiral right now.
They got a lot of talent in it.
If Anthony Joshua wouldn't have lost that fight, boxing really would be buzzing right now.
Hey, but Big Ball was throwing them things at him.
The Pillsbury Doughboy.
But he messed it up.
He should.
Him and Deontay Wilder put the class off.
He should have died.
He should have just fought DeAndre Wilder.
Nah, not right there. Not right there. He should have fought the Wilder after that fight.
See, this is the thing. We don't have that many It's not that many blockbuster fights. Just think about it.
You don't think Anthony Joshua and Wilder would have been a blockbuster?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Make that fight like.
But you gotta build. See, boxing, you gotta build up to it.
But see,
you gotta build it up.
That's new boxing. Old boxers, they didn't care. Like,
not really, because you gotta think about it. Okay, so when
what's your boy name?
When you leading up to when everybody know that everybody want to see Joe Frazier and Muhammad Ali. They fought people, and after they fought them, they did an interview, they talk stupid. Joe don't want to see me, blah, blah, blah. Then Joe come back, he don't want to see me, blah, blah. And it builds up, you go fight somebody else again, and you talk stupid again, and then you finally, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta do stuff to build it up, that gets people excited and ready to watch it. If you just heard me, just jump straight into it.
My thing is, like, boom, Anthony Johnson's name was trending already. DeAndre Wilder is already... Make it like you didn't need another cupcake math in between.
Right.
Make it happen.
But boxing does trend that way. It does like the Pacquiao Mayweather fight, which happened 2 years too late.
2 years too late.
But it was a build up. It should have happened in 2012.
Yeah.
So you gotta hit it
when it's
hot. You gotta hit it when the right time. Timing is everything.
The light skinned dude, he had good hair.
Keep timing. What timeline you talking about?
Like 90s. He lost to Oscar De La Hoya. Like they both.
Trinidad beat him. Light skinned dude or Oscar. Light skinned dude.
You talking about?
Is it he like because he commentates something? Sugar Shane Mosley.
Sugar Shane. Okay.
Sugar Shane Mosley like he was trending. Boom, boom, boom. They fought and then everybody went their separated but then Oscar went like to another big fight and then I'm just thinking about like somebody like Bernard Hopkins. Boom, boom, boom. Get it to me. Boom, execute. Man, come on. That's like the
Bernard Hopkins and Roy Jones fight. It happened too late.
You know what I'm saying? They cheated my dog when he beat Anthony Tarver the first time. They gonna give it to Anthony Tarver while Bernard Hopkins came back and bust this motherfucking ass the second time. Jermaine Taylor, you ain't seen him since.
I ain't seen him since he lost to
We didn't see Roy Jones. He got whooped when he decided to be a rapper.
Y'all must have forgot.
He got it. Dominated.
Forgot.
He got it.
But you know what it is? It's all about UFC.
But UFC is the hot thing. Past boxing.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't watch UFC. First of all, I feel like it's a little too gruesome. That's just my personal opinion. Some people into all that, not me. But I think that UFC is a sport that there's not no shock to nobody. I think you gotta be a little throw it off. Come on, like watch that all the time, dog. You know what I'm saying? No, that's gruesome to watch.
Yeah.
But I think
the only good thing about it, is real.
You see, I think that's what it is. I think that, and you guarantee, like, it's no draw. Somebody goes
gotta tap out.
Somebody is either gonna tap out or you get knocked out.
Right, because it's 3 or 5 rounds, so there is a winner. There is not gonna be a draw in this. But I think the part that's people like myself, who's a diehard boxing fan, is turned off with UFC, where you get those fights where guys can hold each other on the ground and they can hold each other for like almost the whole round. You be like, you're disappointed. You're like, I don't see no action, I don't see no activity. At least in boxing, to me, I respect craft so much when I watch sports. And boxing is a craft for somebody to condition themselves to box 12 rounds. That's a long time to be conditioning for a fight. In UFC, to some people's mind, it has that. I respect craft, but it doesn't look in some wins. that craft is involved. It is like I'm stronger than you, I'm bigger than you, but it doesn't look like it's craft based. Every time you see a match versus in boxing, every time you see somebody win, you look at the craft of the sport and say to yourself, man, if somebody win at 147, you can say, well, they ain't that much bigger than each other. Somebody got to just be better from a craft position. Same way in UFC, it's the same size, but you can look at somebody and say, he's just crazier than him. He gonna, you got a little loony. He just a little off. He gonna get his ass whipped. And probably does. And sometimes a fight happens to me. So it's still a new sport. I like what people turn into it, but I still respect boxing a little more.
Okay. St. Clair said, no, not really. I've trained for UFC, and I love it now. It's a chess game in the octagon. It's a mind game. That's why it's great. I mean, I'm not disputing that. But man, it's just a little too damn gruesome for me.
It's like Killer Instinct meets Ready to Rumble. That's why I look. Combo, ultra. That will be happening, man.
I'm not saying that craft is not involved. I'm not saying training and technique and strategy is all that's not involved. I'm not saying none of that. I'm just saying that somebody who's a little word in the head can overcome a guy who's been training and conditioning. That's how the sport looks.
But you know what? But actually, because like, all right,
I get what you're trying to say.
In boxing, it's an 8 pound glove. UFC, that's 4. I mean, 8 ounce.
8 ounce, yeah.
UFC is 4. So you gotta know multiple disciplines. So I see the chess.
I see chess. Right.
Like the only reason why I watch, because when the boxing I used to watch, it was some knockouts.
Yeah, Tyson.
It was gonna be some knockouts. The boxing now, I'm not sure if it's gonna be knockouts. When I watch UFC, it's gonna be a knockout.
Somebody getting clipped.
You know what I'm saying? So
you watch the right guy.
You might see somebody come out of play. You might see somebody bone come out of their skin. But I can't handle it.
But me, I don't do the pay-per-view for none of that shit.
Right.
I watch it on.
Why you need to fast it? Yeah.
Move on.
I got it.
Move on. We gotta get into the NFL, baby. We gotta talk pro football. Right now, we heading to NFL training camp. Training camp should be starting for most teams about next week. Sometimes some teams right now are at a point where some rookies are going into camp, learning the playbook and getting themselves ready for the NFL season. But we got some players who's gonna be holding out. They're stopping, pausing right now. Not reporting to some things financially get done.
Right.
Some guys like Jadeveon Clowney, guys like Melvin Gordon, guys like could potentially be Julio, could potentially be Mike Thomas. But Ezekiel Elliott saying that Dallas, y'all gonna come up with some money. What do y'all think about the NFL? Some of these guys potentially holding out in the NFL. Which one you think you guys could get a deal done before training camp start? Who would think is most important on these lists of players that this guy needs to get the change? What do y'all think about some of these NFL potential holdouts coming up to training camp?
Well, to me, I think Zeke is the most important on this list just because that can't do it. But I think how he's going to get his money is going to be an unconventional route through the NFL. I honestly believe, because it's crazy, because 3 weeks ago, G named this guy as who he thinks is like one of the top 5 cornerbacks in the league. I honestly see Byron Jones.
I had Byron Jones. I think we both did.
Byron Jones and Lyle Collins. See them getting traded. Opening up some room, because we remember the conversation we had about Dak. Who else?
Who else is in line?
But he's not gonna get that top 10. But the market is set, so he's gonna get like
30 plus.
He's gonna get like a little less than market value, but it's still a pretty penny.
Right.
And then you gotta address Zeke. You gotta free up money. Those guys have expiring contracts, and you know Jerry. He's all about the advertisement.
Right.
Those guys are
the brand and face of the organization.
So I think that's why
right.
That route.
I would say this. I think the least person on the list who I think is probably the best overall player on these kind of lists, I think it's Julio. When you look at the Falcons of recent, you gotta think about their cap situation. They just signed Debo to a 4 year, $57 million.
Well deserved.
Well deserved. They signed also their franchise tag player and Grady Jarrett to a 4 year, $68 million deal. Deserved. You got to think about some of the guys that already have in contract on new deals. Matt Ryan just got a new deal last year, the $30+ million deal. You got to think about they paying Deontay Freeman $8 million because they didn't re-sign Tevin Coleman. You got to think about the fact that they did sign Marcus Trufant, a few years back at somewhere around $9-10 million as a corner. So you start looking at some of the organizations, some of the players that they're playing. Then you got to start thinking about Vic Beasley could be coming up due very shortly for a new expiring deal. Julio is
Jake Matthews.
Jake Matthews.
Keanu
Neal. You got to start thinking about some of the contracts.
I know got to stay on the field, though. He been hurt.
Who, Jake Matthews?
No, Keanu Neal.
Well, he just got hurt last year.
Yeah, that's the second year. I was saying. He can't go another season like that.
Right. And so when you start looking at the Atlanta Falcons organization and what they're paying out, Julio is already under contract. I think about $14-15 million a year, obviously. Well-deserved contract if they go ahead and extend him out. But I think that it's going to be harder for him to get the contract because you got to start looking at they've already paid out a good little bit of priority on their team. So I think he's at the back of the line as far as guys getting paid. But I got to agree with Coach Hen. I think Ezekiel's in front of the line. I think Melvin Gordon he's in the last year of his deal, and I think he's well deserved to get paid more than $5 million that he's looking to get paid. Obviously having 14 touchdowns last year, over 1,000 yards I think he had combined, and I think less than 200 carries. Good receiver, good, overall good runner. I think he's due to get paid. But I think right now the most important player to their team right now is Ezekiel Elliott. What he does and what he brings to that team going forward, he is the best offensive player on that team. And going forward, I think it's important that the Dallas Cowboys get that guy paid, because if you guys start looking at the situation, the cap starting to move around $13-14 million at running back. You want to get that guy locked up at some point in time before you start really getting to the $17-18 million number, which that number could be in the future.
Don't see it.
But for who? Running back. Just the position. Think about Alvin Kamara when he come due. But
I'll let his add what we got paying $17 million on running back.
It's because like to me, because like with the Melvin Gordon, like I understand young bull you won't get paid, but I think the way he handled business was wrong. And
I disagree with you. Go ahead.
I wouldn't be surprised if Charles said, "All right, look, you said like you knew you was wrong. That's why you came right back the day or two later. It was like, hey, yeah, I would love to stay here. I want to stay here. I want to be here.
Right.
That hadn't been cash. I wouldn't, because you said it last week too, G. The league at running back has become more running back. You don't have to have that. Nah, don't get it twisted. Every team would love to have that star, but
you can do that by committee.
You can go. Just look what the Steelers did last year.
Look what the Patriots did.
Look
what the Saints did in 09.
We're gonna get 3 or 4 guys, cheap, spread this money elsewhere.
Right.
Get something. We're gonna get a first round pick for you from your back.
So y'all saying y'all think that Zeke is the best player out of all the persons?
I don't. To me, I think he's the best. He's not the best, but I think he's the most important to get the guys that Fred just named.
You think he's more important than Julio?
As far as getting paid?
I know who
to his team. I don't think he's a better player, but he's more important to his team than right now. I think Julio is to the Falcons.
Think so?
Woo. To his team. Well, this is why I don't. This is why I say this. G. Matt Ryan. So he's not Julio, but Matt Ryan can,
he's serviceable.
You know what I'm saying? Calvin Ridley. Yeah,
he's not a number one receiver.
Yeah, and you got Foreman. You got 3 other pieces. No, it's nothing compared to when Julio's on that field.
Correct.
But you got 3 other pieces right there. Zeke now on the field. I'm not trusting. Like first, I'm not trusting him to keep getting the ball consistently to Amari Cooper, because we've seen it. Look, he'll draw a perfect pass. Then the next 4 is like
in the dirt. In the dirt.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and then he'll come back another first pass. If you're asking me, like all right, as far as overall team success, Zeke is the most important for them, because like
he makes everything click. He makes everything go.
For some odd reason, it's like whoever the pay call is for the Cowboys, like everybody's comfortable when he's in the lineup.
Right, because I think defense is scheming when they play the Cowboys.
And I hate the Cowboys.
Right, right. I mean, I'm looking at Ezekiel Elliott when he's on the football field for that team. You're like, if you're a defensive coordinator, you got to know where he's at. You got to have people on him. Not to say you don't have the same thing for Julio, but Matt Ryan has different targets.
But I'm not talking about for as the other team game plan. I'm talking about for in-house needs.
Yeah.
Boom, boom. Because see, the thing is, as you alluded to earlier, Julio is already on the book 14. All Julio is ready. Julio is, they're smart. He's not going to be the first. He's not going to go and say, all right, this is the number me and my agent came up with. Boom. He's going to sit there. He's sitting there watching New Orleans. Whatever Mike
and Kansas City do.
Whatever Mike get, like, all right,
jump over.
You better. Don't play. You better, because this is turn around. And that's all. And then we know he gonna get. It's that he's at that age now where veterans just don't want to show up to training camp. So he's smart. He's take care of his body, all that stuff. Yeah, he'll be ready week 1. But like, if I ain't got to go out there and it's because of contract, I could say contract and I'm gonna stay home. We seen veterans do the time. That's why, because I know that won't be a headache. Zeke will be a headache. Zeke won't be a headaheadache.
You gotta get paid.
So and hell, because then as the organization wise, you want to hurry up and sign him because that motherfucker will go crazy out there and fuck around and get in trouble again, and you don't have him. So now you hit twice. You done paid the dummy, and now you can't use him. You want to pay him and get him in house, so you got eyes on him right now.
So what y'all think is a fair number for Zeke to get paid a year?
14 million.
So that would make him the highest paid running back?
Second. Ty Gurley is first at 14.5.
So that means he's gonna try to surpass Ty Gurley.
Possible. If I'm him, I would ask for it. But right. I think Ty Gurley scores more than him, so I think that's where they end up at.
What do you think? Like you?
I'm just not. I'm not big on paying a running back that kind of money. You know what I'm saying? Like, not. This is his second contract, right?
No, he coming out the rookie deal.
Second contract.
Okay, yeah, I got you saying, yeah.
It's gonna be a second contract. Mm-hmm. So, my thing with Zeke is the off the field issues.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm just leery of giving him that kind of money, because once he get his money,
you gonna act funny.
You need a PI on it.
Once he get his money,
you need a PI on it.
We don't know what he might not do.
You need a PI.
I think Zeke is a walking time bomb.
So is theirs.
Okay.
They had a PI on G.
So G, let me ask you this. Would you reverse incentive his contract? What I mean by that, like, all right, we're gonna give you this money, but you get in trouble, you lose this.
But see, I don't think he's gonna agree to that. I don't think he's gonna agree to that. I think his agent probably feels like they have the leverage here because they like, all right, you gonna make him sign a contract like that? Treat it.
Right.
You gonna find one of these 30 teams, one of these 29 teams that's gonna take him.
I think the Cowboys, they're at his mercy because his usage to that offense. I think
and I'm just the mind of, bro, like, the running back, is not the same. Just go back and look at the history over the last 10 Super Bowl winners. United went, like, besides probably with Marshawn Lynch, that's probably the only running back in the last 10 years that was like a workhorse.
Jay Ajayi.
No,
but even though he
that was quarterback that was running back by committee.
Yeah, I said, but I don't get it twisted. I get what you're coming from.
You see what I'm saying? So over the last 10 years, Marshawn Lynch is the only running back I can think of, unless y'all can think about somebody else.
Who was the running back for the Ravens when Ray Lewis won his last one?
Offhand, I can't think.
See what I'm saying?
I was thinking
you can't even think about who the running back is.
But because I know it was two running backs.
Willis McGee?
I don't know if it's Willis or.
Because I know Frank. It wasn't Buck Allen by sure. I know Frank Gore was on the other side for the 49ers.
Who was a solid running back for the 49ers?
Ray Rice? No.
Ray Rice was there. Ray Rice won the championship.
Yeah.
It was Ray Rice.
You sure?
Yeah,
It was Ray Rice.
Because after that,
It was Ray
the
Rice.
incident.
Was the incident. It was Ray Rice.
Because matter of fact, they was on Hard Knocks that season going into the
Now Williams said Warren.
It was Ray Rice.
Warren said this. They about to set the market for Kamara. I hope we can afford him.
We'll see. But like I was saying, so I mean, I wouldn't consider Ray Rice a household name.
I mean, but that was
He was solid for.
He was pretty good. He had over 1,000 yards rushing that year.
Yeah.
take away the incident,
Right.
You know, but yeah. So I'll put him in there. So there's two running backs: Marshawn Lynch,
Ray Rice.
Ray Rice. In the last 10 years, that a team has won a Super Bowl with a bell cow at the running back position. And I'm of the mind that, you know, we live in a different time now. You don't need a Jamal Lewis or Terrell Davis as your running back to win a Super Bowl. You can do it by committee. The Saints proved it in 2009.
Mike Bell, Pierre Thomas,
Reggie Bush. The Broncos proved it. Okay? The Patriots continue to prove it. Okay? And I think that with the Cowboys, listen, if they pay Zeke or they don't pay Zeke, they don't have a shot to win a Super Bowl this year. This is my personal opinion. But if I'm Jerry Jones, I'm like this. I'm gonna get Dak Prescott locked in. Now, does he deserve the money he's trying to get? No, he does not. But if you don't give him that money, you set your franchise back another 3 to 4 years.
But see, here's the thing too.
So I think Dak, and this gonna sound crazy to some people, I think Dak is more important for the Cowboys to lock up than Zeke Elliott.
But look on the other side too. There's somebody else who's up for a contract. Jalen Smith.
Okay, he probably get some money like Debo.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like
See,
three young people
but think about
all up at the same time.
Amari Cooper got to be due.
Yeah,
but think about
you gotta give me another
when
year.
teams lose the quarterback of their defense, which is the Mike linebacker position,
Right.
which Jalen Smith play. I know they play a 3-4 with him and Van Der Esch.
Right.
You know, interchangeably, whatever. But you know what I mean.
Right.
When you lose people like that's why the Seahawks lose Bobby Wagner.
They in trouble.
Y'all in trouble.
They in trouble.
You saw what happened when the Saints lost Vilma.
They in trouble.
We were down here. When we got DeMario Davis, defense took us another step up.
Yeah.
Right.
So somebody like Jalen Smith, that's somebody that should be a necessity for the Cowboys.
Right.
And it sounds bad the way I'm saying it. It's like Zeke just some kind of
No, you honestly,
you know what I'm saying?
real.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's just some kind of name out there.
No.
Really good running back, top 3 running back in the league.
Right.
But I'm not about to pay you $15+ million a year when I know the quarterback is the most important position on my team.
Agreed.
Even though he's not a better player than Zeke.
Right.
But that's what I need to keep this team.
Here's where the problem comes in.
Okay, so
that quarterback needs that type of running back.
If it's not Zeke,
You know, they can do it by committee. They drafted 2 running backs. They drafted 2 running backs in the draft this year.
You talking about Mike Weber out of Ohio State?
And forgot the other kid name. They drafted 2 running backs, and you still got Darius Jackson. Look, I think those 3 running backs could get it done together collectively.
Okay, so if it's not Zeke and not Julio, who is the guy for you?
What you mean?
Like the holdouts?
Who you gotta pay? Julio.
I thought we were like we know he gonna get paid.
No, so y'all asking who we think gonna get paid?
Yeah, we know he gonna get paid.
Oh, well, the 3 people I think gonna get paid is Darius Slay from the Lions. He coming off 2 Pro Bowl
Right.
seasons, 2 first-team All-Pros.
Right.
He's due $15 million this year, but he deserves a raise, in my opinion.
Is he holding out?
Yeah,
He possibly holding out.
He holding out.
Yeah, he holding out.
Smart man.
He missed minicamp.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And Darius Slade led the NFL in interceptions with 8. Okay, and the Lions have $23 million in cap space. Now, with the flip side of that, they gotta pay Harrison too, the D tackle. So you know, yeah, you gotta figure that out. But you got $23 million in cap space. Figure it out. Give Slade his money at the beginning of the deal. Then give Harrison his money at the end of the deal. You do it like that. The second guy is Bobby Wagner.
Yeah, he
gotta get paid.
Bobby Wagner they pay. I'm sorry. CJ Mosley got getting like $13.5 million a year from the damn Jets. Bobby Wagner is getting 15. You gotta get Bobby Wagner his money. Yeah. I think that he's gonna get his money because he's attending mini camp.
He's the best man alive.
And he said he's attending training camp. And Pete Carroll, the owner, said that he's been in good spirits. They've been having great communication. They gave Russell Wilson a damn bank. But I think they figure out a way to get Bobby Wagner his money.
Right.
The third person on this list I think is gonna get paid is Chris Jones. Was third in the NFL with sacks. Yes. 15.5 sacks. Was third in the NFL. He's due $1.2 million this year on his rookie deal. I mean, goddamn. I mean, you got to be kidding.
But here's where their case coming in.
The bad thing with the Chiefs is they don't pay they homegrown talent no more.
I mean, you just brought in Frank Clark and paid him all that money.
That's what I'm saying.
So
why not? Why
Matthew?
Why wouldn't you pay D Ford? Drafted, homegrown.
I think by them changing coordinators, something happened. You know, they didn't like the fit. I don't know what the hell they was thinking about.
Right.
You let Eric Berry, Eric.
They got Tyrann Matthew.
It's like you had Eric Berry. I mean, I love the Honey Badger, to death, but hey. I think he's still injury prone just as much.
And the Chiefs have $24 million in cap space. They could pay Chris Jones. I mean, the guy coming off 15.5 sacks, dog. Third in the NFL. But, you can't. This guy can't go into his last show with making $1.2 million because if he gets hurt, that is an abomination to him.
But there's the thing about what they're gonna do with Tyreek Hill.
What is his extension?
Well, Tyreek Hill, you shit out of luck. You got too much shit going on. We don't know if you're gonna be reliable. You're not reliable. Okay, we can't depend on you, sir.
You don't know if you're playing.
Don't know.
Can't depend on you, sir.
But if you are playing, because in his case, he's in the same case as Mike Thomas because he was I think they came out a couple years ago, but he was like a later round pick.
Who?
Tyreek Hill. Yeah. So when you talk paying a guy who's probably could set the market for receiver because how explosive he is,
So you think Tyreek Hill should get paid what?
$19-20 million.
See what the heck?
Okay, we got all right. Warren Noble said, "What is?" You see how I'm not even entertaining that? Warren Noble said, "What is the market for Prescott?"
I mean,
I think he's
got
below market value.
He got to get paid.
Makes sense.
I think he gonna get paid right on the way Russell Wilson getting paid.
No, he can't.
I think he will. Now, does he deserve it? Hell no. But I think he will. And you kind of forced to do it.
I think because
you're forced. What you gonna do?
If you shorten the deal, you don't have to go Russell Wilson lit. If you say
he younger,
fuck.
Yeah, you got a point.
You got to pay him.
You got to pay him.
Listen.
Gotta pay him.
You think
I'm not a fan of the money.
Dolphins wanted to give Tannehill that money?
No.
But you had to do it. Because we always say, the quarterback is the most important position on the field, dog. If they lose Dak Prescott tomorrow, if he tears ACL and he's out for the season, they're not making the playoff. They might win 5 games.
But here's
if they try to start over and say, you know what, we trading him, we're just gonna build through the draft. But they're gonna be rebuilding for 2 to 3 years.
But here's the thing, though, G. You gotta if you're the owner or any team, you gotta think about risk management. Here's what you gotta ask yourself a big question. With Dak Prescott, let's say for example, he got hurt. Can Dak Prescott afford to miss a year and still be like a top tier quarterback? Meaning, like for example, let's say Dak Prescott got hurt. I'm not wishing luck on anybody, right? Mm-hmm. You hurt, you paid him, right? Let's say you called the coach and you say, I want Jacoby Brissett, right? Mm-hmm. And Jacoby Brissett comes to become a Dallas Cowboy, right? And they go out there and they win 13 out of 16 games, right? They say he starts week 1, Dak Prescott tells his ACL in camp. Now you got a guy right here saying, I won 13 games with him. And what do you do with Dak? Do you still want to keep Dak? Is Dak the kind of guy that can afford a season-long injury, still come back the next season, still be your starter? If you trade for a guy,
see that? I mean,
you follow where I'm coming from?
Why you bringing up the scenario of him tearing his ACL? Though?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
what you just said.
What I'm getting at is,
I see how you. No, to me, I think a better way to say it is, Dak is not a guy that can miss a year. Or have a bad year and
still not consider trying to get another quarterback above him. Like I don't think he can afford a bad year and you're not looking for a quarterback.
But here's the thing. All right, it's 32 teams in the league. He's not top 10, but he's not dead last either.
Correct.
So it's like shit.
He's a middle of the pack, second level type quarterback.
Yeah, he's at that level. So my thing is that.
Who's the highest paid guy in the second tier?
Probably Tannehill.
Right now, Kirk Cousins. Probably around $26 million.
His shit is fully guaranteed.
Fully guaranteed.
He was fucking the owner's daughter, so
So you gotta figure Kirk Cousins that's the second tier. He's about $26 million. Do you put him a notch above Kirk Cousins?
Heck no, he ain't. No.
I'm talking about pay. Do you pay him a little bit above Kirk Cousins?
I think him and Kirk Cousins on the same damn level. Okay.
I mean, at $30 million, I understand what everybody's saying. He's not a $30 million quarterback. But Kirk Cousins would probably be the best deal that you could kind of compare him to say, okay, I pay you a notch above him, make you $27, $28 million. You know, because you got to figure Jared Goff is coming right around the corner because Carson Wentz just got paid. But you got to pay Jared Goff coming around the corner.
But he's not in that atmosphere.
Who?
Dak.
He's not in that. Right.
But I beg to differ.
You think he's in the atmosphere of Carson Wentz?
No, not Carson Wentz. Jared Goff.
Oh, he said Carson Wentz.
Oh, okay.
But I said Carson Wentz. I said Carson Wentz.
He said Carson Wentz just got paid.
Jared Goff is coming up.
So you think?
Jared Goff has a great coordinator and has a great coach. He has the right situation for him, so they're going to pay him kind of like what they paid Carson Wentz.
No. Well, I don't know.
Do you think Jared Goff deserves to get paid top tier money over Dak Prescott?
I think
the situation.
This part is too early.
Now we say you're as good as your situation.
Yeah.
He's in a better situation than him.
I mean,
he's a better
but Dak been in a good situation since his rookie year.
But yeah, he has a better. Sean McVay would probably agree that you.
I agree with that.
Right, so they played chemistry better on the field.
I think that's too soon to compare those two because Goff is going to year 3. He's a first round pick, so they got 2 years to get a deal done. Whereas Dak got to get it done now. So we don't know who else is going to get paid next year. So trying to compare those two salaries is not even.
But Carson Wentz and Carson Wentz came out the same year he did. Goff came out. Goff was first, and Carson Wentz was second.
Yeah, that's true. But what I'm saying is like, it's not a rush over there. Like they want, like Philadelphia is making moves. So like, all right, before we spend ourselves out, hey, this is secure. We ain't got to worry about that. Now we can still spend more. You got to think, where's the Rams been spending money? Defense. All bringing in free agents. All
Dak Prescott gonna be a free agent now,
and they're taking the Seahawk approach. All right, look, year 4, if going into 5, we get the extension done. But right now we're gonna build up and then we'll go. So you can't compare them because like the numbers is gonna be totally different by then.
But Dak Prescott is due right now because he's gonna be actually a free agent. But then again, you got to figure you got a franchise tag to give yourself to buy some time. You can franchise Dak Prescott. Mm-hmm. So they got situations where I don't think the Dallas Cowboys are sold on Dak Prescott like people think they are. I think that he's a starter, but he's not a superstar quarterback. So they got options. They could franchise tag him. They could kind of pull the Kirk Cousins route that the Redskins did with him.
And I probably would take that route.
I'd probably take that route.
No, to me, that's the safest way to go. Because you're not gonna overpay him. Like, yeah, it falls in that top percentage, but I'd rather pay you 20 a year than being forced to pay 27, 28.
Right.
Because this is what I got. When I can hit you with the franchise, okay, what happens, because you never know what happens in the game. Let's say you just, for some odd reason, y'all just take a step back. And you land in the top 4 in the draft. Well, now I just fucked around and gave you a deal, and I'm sitting here
and for the wrong
Tua, Abel, one of these from one of these quarterbacks is gonna be right here for me to get. And now I'm fucked because nobody's gonna trade
for him
for that contract.
Trade for him.
Well, if I franchise it, hey, it is what it is, boy. Now JJ said, going back to the Tyreek Hill comment. $19 million a year. What is in your cup?
What is in it?
I don't know what's in it, but he bad.
What?
He bad, all the way bad. But speaking of Tyreek Hill, we got 10 minutes left.
Let's get to some of the.
Let's talk about the top 5 wide receivers that we think got going into next season. Start with you, Fred. Number 5.
Number 5, I'm going Odell Beckham. I think he still has some, coming into a new situation. He's been playing with a younger quarterback. He only had 77 catches last year, 6 touchdowns, just barely broke 1,000 yards. Bless you. I think he's still one of the most explosive receivers in the game. I think he's one of the more dynamic playmakers at the position in the game. But this year he's out to prove something. He only played 12 games last year. But his yards per catch was up there. I think it's still a guy who gets in the end zone as much minute time. I think he's still, over the first 5 years, he led the league in touchdowns, second all time in touchdowns. I expect another big year out of Odell Beckham. He comes in at 5.
G.
My fifth is Mike Thomas. Love Mike Thomas. I think he's a phenomenal receiver. I think he can possibly move up to probably 3 after this season if he keeps on progressing the way he's been progressing since his rookie year. 125 catches, led the league, 1,400 yards, 9 touchdowns, 502 yards after catch, which he led the NFL, Fred. And he had an 82% catch rate, which he led the NFL too. And he got 4 drops in the last 2 seasons. Mike Thomas at 5.
To me, and I was just gonna go strictly on statistical thing, what I think he's gonna do, because he has an alpha dog in the room with him. I'm gonna put Will Fuller up there. And this is my main reason why. He was the big shot guy in that offense. When he got hurt, the Texans automatically went on a loser streak. I think he's one of those guys that Deshaun Watson has gone super comfortable with. Top end speed. He's becoming a better route worker. That helps when you got a DeAndre Hopkins in the room and you see how he comes to work every day. Just strictly on number standpoints, that's why I'm putting Will Fuller up there.
Big time statement.
Big time statement. Only thing I can remember was he had the injury. That didn't come back next year from the injury. But I can understand.
I'm gonna make. 2 years ago, G said Eddie Jackson when we were talking about
and what he did. And what he did.
Hey, did
y'all laugh?
Hey, 2 years ago, also on this show, I told y'all the Saints were gonna make it to the playoff. Y'all laughed.
No, it ain't no y'all.
Yes, you did. It was just me and the King, and you were like, me and the King said the Saints.
This shit just passed?
No, the year before.
The year before.
When we lost to Minnesota?
Yes.
No, before
before that
season started.
No, yeah, before that season started.
We were both like
Lattimore.
Yeah. I think I said more games we were gonna win than you.
Yeah,
I do remember saying that's not making.
You say right.
Yeah, you're right. I did say that.
But I'm gonna stress again. Purely on statistics,
right?
I'm putting them up there.
Right. Now coming at 4, I'm Mike Thomas. Obviously he led the league in catches. Obviously 6. He's 6. As far as the yards. Last year he had 9 touchdowns. I'm not a big fan of his yards per catch, and I'm also a big fan. Y'all listen to the show. Catch per touchdown rate. His catch per touchdown rate is almost near 14, which means he needs about 14 catches before he gets in the end zone, and 11 yards a catch. I'm not a fan of, but he's the most consistent wide receiver in the NFL. He's the most productive. As far as catching the football, possession receiver in the NFL, hands down, it's Mike Thomas. So right now, as far as being extremely productive, because he is probably one of the most productive wide receiver in the game, Mike Thomas comes at 4.
We need to put some more respect on his name then. Stop being stupid when you be talking about it.
I just said 2 stats that are important to me that he doesn't dominate.
Number 4 for me is Tyreek Hill. I love Tyreek Hill, one of the most dynamic, if not the most dynamic receiver in the game right now. You can give him a speed sweep. You can put him in the backfield. You can run a zone read with him. You can throw a bubble to him. You can do multiple things with this kid, and he's a touchdown waiting to happen. 87 catches, 1,400 yards receiving, 12 touchdowns, 489 yards after catch. I think he's going to continue to get better. I think by Tyreek Hill, and some people probably having 1 or 2, is he's limited to some degree. And that's why I got him in at 4. But I love Tyreek Hill. I think he's the 4th best receiver coming into 2019 season.
Me, number 4, Juice Man, Jarvis Landry. I think Juice doesn't get the players respect him. But I don't think coordinators give him the respect that he deserves. What I mean by that is you got Kadeem Hunt now on offense for the Browns. You also got Odell. You got David Njoku.
Nick Chubb.
You know what I'm saying? Nick Chubb.
Duke Johnson.
You know what I'm saying? You also got Antonio Callaway. So, defense coordinators hate speed.
Right.
So all those are going to get a lot more attention than Juice. And Juice doesn't have to try to go out and do anything spectacular. The field's going to open up. He's one of the best route runners in the league. He's gonna when they line him up he's gonna get probably like the third or fourth best covering person on him, where he's the best route runner that they have on the team. And guess what? This is year 2 with him and Baker. That's his guy. Odell's a new toy, but that's his guy. I think and then with Fred Kitchens being there, he's still even though this is his first year as a head coach, he's still an offensive mind. He's still a play caller. I think you see phenomenal things. So I got Juice coming in number 4.
Coming in number 3, man, it's Antonio Brown. New situation, new circumstances, man. You're not playing with Big Ben. You're not playing with that explosive Boston and Pittsburgh. But I still think you're one of the most dynamic receivers in the game. Obviously, the past 3 years, Antonio Brown has led the league in touchdowns. And last year led the league in touchdowns with 15. You can't take away a 1,000-yard receiver, 100 catches every year. Extremely productive. He also is top 10. When you're looking at 20 yards, per catch, and he's second underneath Tyreek Hill when you talk about 40-yard plays. Antonio Brown, for me, still comes in as a top-tier receiver in the game, but obviously new situation, new circumstances with Derek Carr versus having a future Hall of Fame and Ben Roethlisberger. So Antonio Brown comes in there for number 3.
Number 3 for me is Adam Thielen. Love him. 6'1.5", strong, big hands, hell of a route runner, tough. One of the toughest receivers in the league. 113 catches, 1,300 yards, 9 touchdowns, 428 yards after catch. And I think that if he didn't have Stephon Diggs on the other side of him, he might be putting up astronomical numbers. And I think Adam Thielen, he's had the last 3 seasons, he had over 1,000 yards receiving. So he's been consistent. He doesn't miss games. I think he's somebody that kind of goes under the radar when you talk about receiver. I think preferably because he's white, but he is big time, and I think he's the 3rd best receiver coming into 2019.
Ooh. To me, bad man himself, Mr. Julio Jones.
Wrong with that one.
Julio, and the only reason why he's number 3 is, like, you can have all the athletic gifts in the world, but the play calling and setting you up for success is different. This is going to be his 3rd offense that he's going to have to learn in the past 4 years. On top of that, he's a pro, but he's not there at the facility with the new offense. The offense coordinator getting the groove with him, seeing what he likes to run, what he don't like to run, and seeing how the whole mess with the whole, with everybody on the field. But don't get it twisted. He's a touchdown ready to happen. He's a bad man out there. Strong hands. Probably the best all around wide receiver in the league for his height, size, strength, speed. Just get him the ball, unlike Steve Sarkisian.
Yeah, facts. Coming in number 2 is actually Julio Jones. Led the league in yards last year. Just a physical presence on the field. Only had about 8 touchdowns. Still had, I think, over 100 catches. Just so consistent. Just know that every defensive coordinator is scouting to see where he's going to be on the field, what he's going to do. I think he just opens up an offense for so much for other teammates on his team because his physical presence and his receiving ability. Guys like Calvin really can have 10 touchdowns by being his teammate. Matthew Stafford can win the MVP because that's his teammate. You're looking at a guy, Matt Ryan can win MVP because of having a guy like Julio Jones on his team. Julio Jones, each and every season, leads the league in yards ever since Calvin Johnson retired. Julio Jones comes in at number 2.
Number 2 for me is DeAndre Hopkins.
Bad man.
Madden gave him the 99 overall rating. I thought that was a little absurd to some degree. I thought he should have been like around 95, 96. Hell of a receiver though. He's number 2 for me. 115 yards. 115 receptions. Over 1,500 yards receiving. 11 touchdowns. 348 yards after catch. When they need a big play, he made it. He made some big time, like acrobatic, unbelievable catches last season. He has that dog in it. Shows with the work, durable, and I think that the sky's the limit for this kid. I think he could possibly take that number 1 spot as the best receiver overall in the league after this season. I think something special is brewing over there in Houston with DeAndre Hopkins. So I got him number 2.
Number 2, Mr. Ski Mask, Michael Thomas. I think his numbers is crazy. I think his numbers are going to take even a bigger jump than they did last season. Here's mainly why. Okay, Alvin Kamara, but you got a game plan for him. But once the team sees how Jared Cook fits into this offense, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. And for somebody in Michael Thomas who gets yards after the catch, is a physical receiver, break a tackle, can go, willing blocker, much better improved right runner, don't drop the ball. Then you throw in the fact of a Ted Ginn, Traquan Smith, who's running off on the other end. Like I said, DCs hate speed. Then you got that dominant threat of somebody in the middle that we've been lacking for the past couple of years now. And let's be honest, where does Michael Thomas catch most of his balls? In that middle.
Yeah.
So that means you're trying to put a linebacker on him who's going to make an acrobatic catch. I think that this guy's going to be a limit for him on the way to the Saints, holding up their second Lombardi Trophy.
Ooh. Speaking into existence, baby.
Yeah, it is. Now, coming at number one, to me, this guy's playing the best football receiver. And that's DeAndre Hopkins. I like what this guy has done for the past few years. Last season, he just put... I don't think there's a receiver that's playing football that has a better catch radius than this guy. If that ball gets near anywhere his proximity to his ball, I think you got to literally separate him from the ball. That guy has more, not just one hand catching, but just amazing highlight catches just because the radius of this guy. I mean, when you just got to put the ball in the proximity. And DeAndre Hopkins, if he could get 2 feet in bounds, that he's coming down and making that play. For the first time in his career, he has some consistency at quarterback in Houston. Obviously, every year he's been playing with the Ryan Mallets and the Brian Hoyers and God knows how many different QBs, but he's finally had some consistency in Deshaun Watson, and you saw the numbers. Over 100 some catches, over 1,200 some yard receiving, 11 touchdowns. Right now, this guy's playing the best football of any receiver in the game, and I think he will be. He's my number one going to see because right now I think he's the number one receiver as far as production and activity of any receiver. DeAndre Hopkins is number one.
My number one is Julio Jones, baby. 113 catches last season, 1,600 yards, led the league in receiving. Okay, 8 touchdowns, 448 yards after catch.
Why you had a little smirk with it?
I think Julio continues to get looked over when it comes to being the best receiver in the league. People keep talking about Odell Beckham and Antonio Brown. Don't get me wrong, 2 great receivers, but you don't have nothing on Julio. It ain't nothing Julio can't do. He can tear you up underneath. He can stretch the defense. He can catch a slant, stiff arm your corner, hit the safety with a L1 button, and house it. He is that kind of receiver, and he doesn't give you any problems on and off the field. I think this kid is the best receiver in the league, hands down, and they got to start putting more respect on Julio, man. Julio, number one receiver in the league, and it ain't even close.
Ooh, it ain't even close.
Ooh, I'm going with your boy, Nook. It's DeAndre Hopkins. Look, man. When you tell a guy to show up, won't give you no trouble on and off field, as you just said, comes to work regardless of who's drawing him the ball. Gonna give you everything he's got. Can do everything that Julio can do. He just don't have the aesthetics. The thing I love the most about DeAndre, he is willing to get everybody else better. Yes. He'll do the extra mile. There's not too many star guys at that position that's gonna work after with the younger group. Right. Show them how to get better. But let's just put it into bigger. The guy doesn't drop the ball.
Yeah.
He makes the tough catches. He knows the coverage is coming to him. Still goes. Still gets it. Don't care. Knows he's gonna get the best corner. Don't care. He's gonna do it. I hadn't seen a corner yet that stopped him or Julio. DeAndre Hopkins, to me, it's his time.
It's his time.
It's his time. Number one, going into the season.
So just retracking, at 5, I got Odell. At 4, I have Mike Thomas. At 3, I got Antonio Brown. At 2, I got Julio. And at number 1, I got Hopkins.
5, I had Mike Thomas. 4, I had Tyreek Hill. 3, I had Adam Thielen. Number 2, I had DeAndre Hopkins. Number 1, I had that bad man, Julio Jones.
I ain't retracting shit. I'm gonna tell you why motherfuckers ain't making wins. First of all, Tyreek here, don't know if he ain't gonna be here or not. You know, I can't put you out there if you're only gonna play maybe 4 games. All right, that's one. Me, 2. The reason why Antonio Brown don't have that, for people who understand football, let me tell you something. It's not a 5-wide system no more. It's not we're run a levels concept. This is a West Coast offense. The deepest route that is running a West Coast offense is a 12-yard post. Son, if you ain't your offensive line's been battered, you ain't got the dominant run game no more, and we don't know what Derek Carr you gonna get. He's not going up there. I honestly think you're gonna see a drop back from Antonio Brown.
I think that's why he went in my top 5.
Pure schematic more than anything. One reason why Alan Deedham, who deserves to be up there, but he's gonna be hurt because he's a nice guy. He comes to work, but you got a prima donna guy over there,
Stephon Diggs,
that's gonna cry for the ball, and then you're trying
100 catches.
You're trying to get some value out of Dalvin Cook. Mike Zimmer's still an old school guy. He's gonna want to run the ball regardless of who the OC is. And then, ain't gonna lie, you got a bad man in Kyle Rudolph when he's healthy, right there. So
and they drafted Irv Smith.
Yeah. It's not enough.
But they've been figuring it out the last 2 seasons. I mean, Thielen had over 1,000 yards the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, that's true.
Stephon Diggs had 1,000 yards.
Exactly. So they've been getting it done.
But one of the main thing is they ain't have a dominant running guy.
But Dalvin Cook been injury prone.
That's
too.
what I'm saying.
Right.
So but you
and
know,
they lost Murray.
You know what I'm saying?
Davis Murray.
You know, they're gonna try. I think they're gonna try to force him to get the ball early to see if more so to see if this is the direction we want to go.
Right. So who you think better out of Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen?
Oh well, Dylan by far is not even close.
Right.
Stephon Diggs is a good receiver.
To me, Stephon Diggs had a hell of a breakout year. Then once the better cornerback started getting on, it was like, yeah, I'm gonna win some, but it's like you ain't nearly put up the numbers that you put up your breakout year. And to be honest, he's a victim. He got a lot of like broken coverage plays. Don't get it twisted. You supposed somebody mess up, but it's your job to but I think his buzz wouldn't have been as big as if they wouldn't have beat us in the Super Bowl with that hello.
Right.
with that catch.
Right.
And then to me, I think another guy who's like 7-8, but I think he gets their offense, he's gonna get a volume of catches. And that's Devontae Adams.
Well, yeah.
You put him on another team, I don't see him being that great, but because of the system, his numbers gonna be up there.
Well, he didn't make my list.
You got Aaron. You got
AJ.
Oh boy, Aaron Rodgers drawing the ball. Who can put the ball anywhere with a blindfold? So that to me, that's why I really wanted to put Keenan Allen up there. I think he's underrated.
I think he's a great runner.
But he has the injury prone. You don't know if he's gonna if you're gonna see him this year.
Right. I was. Keenan Allen was somebody, not that Keenan Allen, but Devontae Adams was somebody I think about the list. He had a dominant year last year.
He shouldn't be nowhere near that list.
Devontae Adams?
No. Shouldn't be nowhere near that list.
Guy last year was very productive. Very extremely productive last year. He had very productive last year.
He ain't on that level.
But the difference is we don't know because there still needs more to be proved. Obviously, you got Randall Cobb that's no longer there. This year, you're going to be the guy in that offense this year. So the supporting cast isn't there like it was in the past. He's going to be the guy. Now, the question is, can he go out there and still prove to be productive? Because he had a very productive, over 100 catches. He had close to 1,400 yards, but I think he was second in touchdowns, I think, with 13.
But it was more because of the system.
Well, a lot of guys still are productive in the system.
That's why I made my disclaimer. If you put him on any other team, he doesn't do that. Another
guy I was strongly considered, but if you don't know consistency at quarterback, Mike Evans. Very, very good receiver. Very physical receiver. I think he catches a lot of balls down the field.
Led the league in drops.
Yeah, that's why he got nowhere near mine. You can't be considered elite if you. I mean, you can be considered elite, but you can't lead the league in the worst category for your position. That's just like calling That's just like saying Drew Brees was an elite that year. He threw 22 interceptions. You can't lead the league in the worst category for your position.
Well, if he threw, was that year he threw for 5,000 yards?
Yeah, but he still threw 22 interceptions.
Yeah.
You can't be elite.
Well, ain't that many quarterbacks were throwing 5,000 yards when he was throwing.
Ain't motherfuckers throwing 22 interceptions either.
Yeah, but them men throw 5,000 yards. There's many guys that throw 22 touchdowns, throw 20 interceptions this season. They still haven't thrown 5,000 yards. He threw 5,000 yards.
So because 5,000 yards, you give him a pass over 22 interceptions. That's what you're saying.
It's not a common stat. It's a common stat for a quarterback.
The question was, you give him, are you giving a pass?
Him, yeah.
So you give Mike Evans a pass for the drops because he got a lot of touchdowns and yards. What you saying? You cool with that?
What? Yeah. Yes. You know why? Because Adrian Peterson led the league in fumbles one year, and who name me running back during the time when he was leading the league in fumbles?
All right then. If that's your type of GM skill,
when Adrian Peterson was leading the league in yards and was the dominant receiver in the game, he also led the league in fumbles.
He played running back. He was the dominant receiver. So.
Okay, running back didn't fumble the ball. What's the stat that running backs are categorized by?
And guess
fumbles.
what? He was.
How many of them was lost fumbles?
Majority of them.
Pull it up, man. You just saying stuff.
He led the league in fumbles.
Was it lost fumbles? That means something.
The ball came out.
Then he turned it over.
Did he recover it?
He might not recover enough, but that offensive line probably did. Was most of the case.
If you're a head coach, do you want him to put the ball on the floor or don't? Why Mark Ingram was considered a guy that you want to get rid of? He's fumbling the ball, right?
I mean, that played a factor, but that
it
wasn't
played a big part because Sean Payton don't like fumbles. When he turn around.
But the question was, so you cool with the negative stats over the positives?
They're going to be negative stats.
You can't lead. Well, it's league leading negative stats.
Adrian Peterson led the league in fumbles. Did you still want to measure running back?
Yeah, I still want it.
All right.
That's different though.
Yeah. I can fix that. I can't fix throwing 22 interceptions. But he came back. He bounced back again. Okay. I can't fix 13 drops.
You can fix catches. Catch the ball.
If you drop it, you drop it.
Okay. If you fumble, you fumble. But the only other guy I'd probably leave off my list because obviously age and injuries are a big factor in his A.J. Green. This guy has 1,000 yards every year. But injuries are starting to take its toll in his career. When he was a monster in his time, he was a straight up monster. There wasn't many guys you could say that was better than this guy, but being in Cincinnati, being in a non-winning situation, putting your body and everything at risk, I think the toll is going to catch up to his body, so he's not in my list anymore because of the fact that he's not in the best situation he could be.
He ain't in the top 10 right now.
No, I think that's a lot to do with situation. I think if he was out of Cincinnati and playing with an elite quarterback, I think we would start to bet the difference about A.J. Green.
No, that's what, but hey.
That's what I'm saying. If I have him near it because of his situation.
But if Mickey do like I told his ass to do,
then we having a whole nother conversation.
Shit. We'd have had Jerry McCoy and A.J. Green if he just do like I told him to do.
I said, if A.J. Green is in the New Orleans Saints uniform, we start thinking different about A.J. Green. He starts to look like a top 5 receiver because he's never had that kind of player, quarterback throwing him the football. He's never had it. He's had Andy Dalton and he got the last part of Carson Palmer when he didn't want to be there.
Andre 2000 looking at it.
Oh, I can't take A.J. Green serious no more. Well, I can't remember what game it was. I think it might have been against the Jaguars.
Well, yeah, when him and Jalen Ramsey was going at
his helmet came on the motherfucker. If you about that, you ain't got it. Nobody taking you serious.
It was cutting up that game. They tossing it.
I know.
Yeah.
You need a motherfucker like DeAndre Hopkins. I mean Andre Johnson. Bitch ain't taking it.
Hopkins. I feel a guy on him. Feel a guy.
No, I'm talking about when Andre Johnson.
When he beat up Cole Finnegan.
Talking all that. Look, I'm tired of this shit.
You need Steve Smith out there. Got a little dog in it. I'm gonna beat up Ken Lucas, teammate. Time. But those are the guys that I don't have in my list. And the only reason I have Tyreek Hill on my list is obviously because I don't know if he's playing all 16 games this year.
But you won't pay the motherfucker $19 million.
If he's healthy.
He ain't. It ain't healthy.
No, my bad. If he's eligible to play,
which he won't be.
Don't know yet.
He won't be.
He's iffy.
It ain't no if.
We don't know. We don't know. I gotta wait for Commissioner Goodell to come on his judgment.
You know what he
didn't suspend Zeke.
He suspended him the first time.
He suspended Zeke. If Tyreek Hill give me 16 games, you know, that's different.
It ain't gonna be 16.
We gonna see. Let's see what Commissioner Goodell do. You know,
6.
Is the man out for 10 games?
6. You only gonna play 10.
Ooh, you hope. Yeah, well, that's the reason I didn't have him in my top 5. I don't know how many games he's gonna miss due to off the field issues. But as far as when he's on that field, boy, he's explosive. Boy, you gotta know where he's at on that field at all times. If he's on it, you gotta know it. That's your safety. Need to know where he is. But that's our show. FanView, Real Fans Talk Sports on the New Orleans Talk Network. Subscribe to the FanView Live page if you're on Facebook, Twitter. Also subscribe to the page on YouTube. You dig? I'm your boy Fred.
GSportz. Signing out, baby.
Coach Hurricane Head, who was not putting no faith in no fucking 5'2" fucking wide receiver just because he can run a 4 ever.
Spoken.
Ain't on the man because the man short.
Man, that motherfucker.
Because he 5'5" and a half.
Fly routes only get you so far.
Ain't no man because he 5'5".
Even the real.
I understand. He got a